Now we can hear us. Now we are live.
What's up?
Hola.
Who?
Hola, ¿cómo está?
What? Doon do do doon 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 doon. Wisely with resubscribing. Wisely, thank you for the resub. Why is so spicy?
Get in the voice chat, Wisely.
That's if Wisely is actually joining us. Just wait and see if Wisely's joining us or not first.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm assume.
it could be the end, so we'll be there in 5, just got out of the shower. Well, it's so good that you make yourself clean for us.
I was going to say change then. That's a bit rude.
Excuse me.
I mean, after last week's song, I had to clean myself up quite a lot. I don't think I'm gonna top that, to be honest.
Probably not. Like,
I don't think I can top that.
No, definitely not.
Although, what I am gonna do is, for the very end, I am gonna write a musical style original that chronicles the complete adventures in 3 or 4 minutes.
Can we make it 1 or 2?
Seconds.
Oh, if that's going to be your attitude, I'll make it 20 minutes.
Yeah, I knew you'd say that. So rude. So rude. Okay, while Wisely's drying off, never mind.
I mean, I am drying off, but I'm here.
Not sure. Not sure I want to know.
I just have wet hair.
You don't have to describe anything else, it's fine.
It's
all good. Right, shall we have a recap on last week? Even though
Stuff and
all of the characters were there. Just might not be all of the player characters were there. Okay, so there's that catchphrase again. We're gonna have to make an emote of that, aren't we? Okay, so Bob, your services are needed. Right. So the party woke from their previous adventures, feeling a little bit stronger, more powerful, as they'd gained another level. I think you all caught up on that eventually, did you not?
Yeah.
Good.
Wait.
No, not again. You're not level 7,
okay.
Malkuth. Don't worry.
Okay.
I got very confused. I
This
was like,
is
wait, what?
This is a catch-up moment. Besides, after that fight, there's no way that was enough to get you to the next level, so don't worry. After a brief bit of wandering around town, doing various errands, grabbing some potions from Adabra at the mill, searching out the pie lady, finding the pie lady, picking up a load of pies.
Carlton playing his best song ever.
Yes, Carlton.
She said this. No.
Carlton performing with a load of semen in the inn.
I'm sorry, what?
There will be a clip out soon, don't worry.
We clipped it.
Okay.
It's a song about semen.
It starts off like this. She said there's semen all around the bed, a semen on the floor, semen in the bathroom and behind the closet door. And yeah, it goes on like that, basically.
Yes.
Makes it even better when you know the name.
So eventually, getting themselves together, the party decided it was time for them to travel to Icespire and see if they can indeed deal with the threat of the dragon therein. So, travelling towards the mountains, they encountered a frozen ogre encased in ice, and they carried on past the frozen ogre encased in ice, just in case it managed to wake up. They then found the path that led up to the keep in Icespire Peak, wound their way through it towards a smaller building off the side of the keep, entered, and then proceeded to fight with a band of mercenaries who were there for the dragon's treasure. They killed 2, and the rest of the party fled with their horses but not their weapons, after some severe chiding from the party. And that is pretty much...
No.
That is
We
pretty
gotta
much...
come up with a better party name for the next campaign.
Yeah.
I did make a suggestion in the Discord that we could call ourselves Rebel Delivery, but no one else wanted that, so...
I loved it. It's an amazing idea.
Yeah, it's fine.
It was a name. Not working now. What's not working now? Granny's not working now.
No,
Or was that-
That was ages ago when you told me to unplug it and plug it back in.
It's still static, but we'll...
see if you tried turning it off and on again.
There's still some static, but we'll deal with it because we can hear you over it, so it's all good. So yeah, that is where we left things last week, after just dispatching the group of mercenaries, or the remnants of the group of mercenaries, out of the, for want of a better word, gatehouse. With their horses. There are now 2 horses remaining, and so what are you gonna do?
Should we take the horses?
So we should either wait. So how many?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure we should be taking horses with us right now. We can come back for them after we've, you know, done what we came to do.
I meant we can get up the mountain faster. Whatever. That's where we need to
So
This
that-
isn't
but they're-
Skyrim. They can't just jump up the mountain and.
You never know. You never know.
but,
No,
like-
I'll
but,
leave
like,
them where
there
they
are-
are and come back for them.
but,
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
there are 6
Fucking
of
dead.
us,
Yeah.
which means that 3 of us would have to get on 1 horse, which would probably
No.
break it back.
Either that, or
No,
4 of you walk
no,
and
no.
you take the 2 bodies on the horses.
What do you mean? It's there's an easy solution. 2 people ride on a normal horses.
yeah,
This
then
is
I-
like
yeah,
wild
then I'll
shapes into a
shape
horse, and the last person rides him. There you go.
Actually, yeah.
For 3 hours.
Alright, let's look. We're not going to spend an hour debating what we do with these horses. Let's get on with the mission.
Especially,
Yeah.
Horses.
Just come back
I mean,
for-
are you honestly surprised that we're doing that?
I mean, you spent 20-30 minutes on the first session deciding what to do with an open door. So, no, I am not surprised in
Yeah,
the slightest.
I remember that.
Yeah,
We tried
right.
to unlock
So,
it, but nothing
where
worked.
can we go from here, DM? Where can we go?
Oh god,
from here?
yeah. That's a very good point.
The dragon!
What dragon? There's no dragons here. So you are currently stood in a small courtyard area. There's the stables that you've walked past over to the north side. There's the stairs in that top left-hand side from where you are. And there's 3 doors. One in the south, one in the east, and one in the west.
And where have we come from? The stairs, right?
You came from the path, which
Yeah.
took you in through the main door of this little gatekeep, and walked past the stables into this little courtyard area. And as you are now looking, you've walked into the courtyard. The stairs are on your right. There is a door further down from where the stairs are. There's one right in front of you, and there's one on your left. So you're looking to the south, basically.
Okay. I think first we should head through the door that is closest to the stairs. What does everyone else think?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah,
Let's do them all
let's
anyway.
go for it.
Sounds good
All
to
right.
me.
The party heads through the door closest to the stairs.
Okay. This door is currently open because that is where one of the mercenaries appeared from when they charged out to engage with you guys. As you walk in,
Okay.
it's a small room. You can see an anvil resting on the floor near a fireplace that doesn't look to have been lit in some time. To one side of the hearth is a bellows. Looks fairly old. And scattered about the floor are rusty tools and old horseshoes and nails and, yeah, the remnants of what once could have been the smithy for the keep. Or smithy.
And there's and is this a dead end? Is the only other
There are
end
no
turn
other there are no other doors leading out of this room.
back? Okay. In that case, I think a good investigation of the room is due. See what we can find.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with that.
I've just accidentally.
$75. Happy What did you do?
I mean,
It's fine. It's all good. I just accidentally clicked on another stream while I was trying to get back to my own stream. Because the
I've done that so many times.
D&D Beyond overlay is broken. I can't.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't get it to
Yeah, I
work.
noticed that.
It's supposed to work when it's live, but
it's not.
I know it's no. It's just I wanted it because I've seen some comments that said it only works when you're live, and we're live, but it's still not working. So we'll just forget about it. I'm not going to spend time worrying about it.
Fair enough.
Understandable.
Right. So you want to investigate?
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
First roll for the night. Roll for investigation.
Okay.
Are we doing
guess.
individual or?
I don't know who's investigating.
I just did, and I rolled an 8. So no, not very good.
Oh, I'm gonna say I can't see that, but you rolled physical dice, so that's why.
Yeah,
I mean,
and you know I'm being honest because I just mentioned that I rolled badly.
Yeah, that's fine.
I would like.
I'm not.
I would like to try to look around as well.
Okay, you make your own roll as well. As you're having a poke and a prod around, you see Sergio wandering around, having a look at things, trying the bellows, and as he tries, the leather just crumbles and it just falls to pieces due to the age. But Sergio, you find nothing. As you are looking around, Felmore, you
So,
just...
Joe, don't you mean Carlton?
Yeah, clearly mean Carlton, Sergio. You know I'm great with names.
100.
Do you know what? Though,
100.
to be fair, I did used to talk in the third person when we started this campaign, and I got used to saying I instead of Carlton does this.
Yes, I noticed. It's all good, it's all good. We all get used to it eventually, don't we? Right, so as you are looking around, Felmore just sort of glances at you as you fumble with the bellows and they crumble underneath your strong hands, shall we say. And poking and prodding around, you really can't find anything in there at all. There is just literally the remnants of what was once made. Anything decent that could have been there looks like it's been taken over the course of time.
Okay.
All right, well, that settles that. Then next room. Let's head out of that room, and then let's go to the next closest door from the room that we just came from.
I'm confused already by the layout.
Okay.
No, I know where we are because I can remember it from last week when seeing the
Yeah, I have no clue.
Yeah, I'm not good with directions.
It's similar to that. The closest door to the one you've just come from the room on the west side. West side.
So go
So
on
na-
the east side.
You want to go to the east side? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
then,
look straight
let's do
across.
it.
I mean, there's not a lot of difference in distance between them. The door opposite you is about 10 feet away, so it's not a problem. So as you walk in, you see small wooden beds lying in broken heaps against the walls, leaving a clear space in the middle of the room where it looks like a load of recent bedrolls and other bits of gear have been laid out as if the previous inhabitants of this gatehouse had just moved everything out of the way to make room in the middle of the room for themselves. There's one little stool just sat in the center of the room, currently unoccupied, and blankets and bits and pieces tossed around. But that's about all you can see.
I'm gonna sit in the stool.
It's made of wood, so it's not really that comfortable.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit on a bedroll.
It's on the stone floor, so again, the bedrolls aren't rolled up. They're all just spread out along the floor. It's not very thick.
Alright. I think we should head into the third room that that the DM mentioned.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah, I think you're right.
The party heads out of this room and heads into the third room.
So the room on the south side.
Yes, the south side.
Okay.
Southside. Southside represent.
Never mind.
My God.
So as you open the door to this one, it was closed. You can see it's a small room. Somebody getting a bit excited there.
I'm playing with my air freshener. While
Oh,
I
okay,
listen.
okay, that's fair enough.
Yes, the air freshener.
Yeah, you cast your eye around. During all this, I assume somebody has some light.
Yes.
Yeah, thought that might be the
most
case.
of us have dark vision, but you know.
Yeah, but
This
dark
one
vision
doesn't
doesn't make
really
you see clearly. That's the only difference.
No, dark vision makes it so you can see in the dark, but everything is black and white.
And it's dim. That was a brief showing there, wasn't it?
Yes.
But at least we got to see it. So, where was I? Yes, as you're looking around, you see empty wooden barrels and crates just lining the edges of this, 10-foot square room. It's like some sort of storage room.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, my mic was muted.
Would like to investigate the room then.
Go for it.
Doesn't seem
I would
interesting.
like to give
Didn't you say it is a...
You mean you would like to assist?
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to assist as well.
You can only get advantage once.
So assistant is just advantage, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so I'll roll again. Well,
Okay.
13.
Yeah, casting your eye around, having a look inside the barrels and the crates. You see each one that you touch, just sort of a piece of it falls off, or a bit crumbles here. These have been left in the cold, untouched for such a long time. They're brittle to the touch now. They are that old and crumbly. But nothing inside them. They're all empty. What was once there is there no longer.
Looks like whoever was here last took everything with him.
Hmm.
So, up the stairs then.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
The
see no
party
reason why not.
heads up the stairs.
Right. The stairs, the door wide open, as you remember from your battle only moments ago. They wind one sharp turn to the right, up onto what looks like some sort of barbican on top of this gatekeep. You can see arrow slits looking down towards the trail that you guys originally came up, which probably was how they knew you were coming.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, apart from that, it's just an open sort of rooftop fireplace towards the back of the south side, unlit again.
Is there anything in the fireplace?
No, it's just empty, nothing in there. And it's just, yeah, a large open area with, as I say, the arrow slits casting an eye all around 3 directions, so they can have a good view of the path as it winds its way up through the mountain. It's very cold up there, though.
Path, then? That seems to be the way up the path.
No. It looks down on the path.
Okay, cool.
On the either link on the west side. It's always the west side, isn't it? There is a door. A door in the wall.
Well, if that's it, I mean, I guess that's the only other way we can go. So,
from where we are at the moment, can we see past the fortress up the mountain?
Can you see what?
You know, past the fortress up the mountain.
Past the fortress?
Well, further up than where we are. Are we actually on the top of the highest point?
Well, you can see a peak further in the distance, but the actual fortress itself is, as you can see through one of these arrow slits situated in the west wall, you can see it is about 40 feet across from where you are now, and you can see there is a bridge connecting this smaller building to the actual main fortress itself.
Right, well, because what I was
which, judging from the arrow slits, is where the door leads to.
What I was going to do was use my spyglass and look out to the other part and see if the dragon. I could see if the dragon was there.
Okay. Do you want to? Let me just see. What are the rules for your spyglass? I can't remember what we decided on, or what it actually says. Well, it's your spyglass.
Did we decide on anything?
You what?
Did we decide on anything?
I think so, but spyglass, magnify. No, I think I said if you're looking and it's clear enough, you get advantage on your perception check.
Right. So. 12.
With advantage.
Yeah.
Cool. So there's only so much that you can actually see out of this arrow slit. It's not like a giant window. It's basically so you can see what is coming up the path. But you can see across to the other side. What you can see is the bridge that leads from where you are into the actual main fortress itself. There's a wall which stretches over to the north for about another 40 or 50 feet and then curls around some sort of battlements which lead further up from where you are. And also over to the east, where the eastern, southeastern corner is all in rubble and just all crashed and broken down, with a big gaping hole in the southeast corner wall. About 40 feet down the other way. But yeah, the fortress itself stretches up, and you can't see, obviously, what's on top of it from your angle where you are now.
So, I would surmise, I'll relay this to the rest of the party. So I would surmise if it's all in rubble, but there's a hole there, that could be where the dragon is hanging out.
Yeah.
So, but obviously we've got to go across this bridge into the other side to get there.
So we should probably stealth it then.
I would have thought so, yeah, because I'm assuming that the bridge is like open.
Bridge is wide open, straight across. Yeah, it's not covered. It's not a tunnel or anything like that.
Yeah.
Do you want to take point then? When we stealth over this, or I guess we're all gonna have to go over. So
yeah.
So
okay,
Do you want to take point, or shall I? Because actually, your AC is only 1 below mine, so.
Yeah, if you want, I'll take point if you want.
All right then. Okay, so and I'll go behind you.
Right.
Whose point? Did you bring someone else with you?
You know what I mean.
Oh.
Oof, to you too.
Discord just went super robotic on my end.
So
Oh dear.
we're rolling for stealth then.
Well, only if you're trying to stealth.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Then yeah, I would roll. As a group. Jesus.
That'll be a 29.
He says
And
it's
for
20.
me, that is a dirty 20.
I can fix it. That is.
Evelyn's is
40.
going to take 3 days for us to find out what it is.
Yeah, it's doing that thing again where it will let me roll. What do you think? Hang on.
Come on.
I think you've just broken D&D Beyond. You're the problem. You're why the overlay doesn't work. There we go, we found it. Felmore got there eventually.
I'm rolling it now.
Felmore got a 14.
50.
Yeah.
Did you find you die?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a 29, a 20,
14.
2 14s, and a 15. Okay. With Harrison taking the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Carlton, me behind in second place.
Carlton, you behind in second place. Carlton, you. Who's Carlton? Yeah, so Harrison taking the lead. Carlton following shortly after. Who's next?
I'll go in middle.
There is no middle. There's 6 of you.
I'll go at the
first,
back.
middle.
First middle. Okay, so then we've got...
I'm back.
No, yeah, Evelyn said back. Harrison, Carlton, Gioa, Malkuth,
Yep.
Felmore, Evelyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So, walking across this bridge, like you say, it's about 40 feet from one side to the other. Tiptoeing across as best you can. You make it across to the other side. From what you hope, fairly quietly. Make it to the door opposite.
Right, so I'll open the door very carefully.
Okay.
Oh god.
You try your best. It doesn't make that much noise. But it's not silent because these hinges have not been oiled for a while. And it opens up into a fairly short corridor. Nothing in it. You got arrow slits in the north and south walls. It's about 10 feet long, and then there's a door directly opposite you.
Right, so I'll open that door as quietly as I can.
Okay, do you want to make a stealth check for that one?
$24.
24. Yeah. 1 minute.
I've lost all Discord audio again.
Well, that was careless. Where are we? So yeah, this room, or should I say this door, opens up into a large-ish room. You can hear, as you quietly open the door, fluttering of some larger creatures, similar to what you've heard and seen before. Do you want to make a quick perception check for me, Harrison? Hola, Amelia.
11.
Okay. It's not difficult to see. You right there, Tony?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I was just getting it working again. It's
Okay.
working now.
Cool. Are we all having audio
Discord
issues tonight?
It's Discord.
Okay.
Okay.
As you look
Discord
around,
keeps disconnecting from the server.
interesting. Glancing up to the roof, which is about 15 foot above you, you can see 3 sturges just fluttering around. Because it's cold in here again. There's a fireplace. Where is it? Fireplace on the northern wall, right in the center. Shields, weapons, tapestries you could see were once hung around the walls. You can see by the outlines that were once there. Discord have been editing their servers. Oh, yeah, but Gilded's not that great, to be fair, either, to be honest. We tried it for a good long time, but Discord was still mostly better until tonight.
I mean, Discord has its ups and downs.
Yeah, it doesn't everything though. But yeah, you can see there were shields, weapons and all sorts just by the difference in colour on the walls. You with your night vision goggles. You can see, just casting around, there's a good dozen or so humanoid skeletons in rusty armour lying scattered amid the debris. And you can see something painted on the floor, but you can't quite make it out at this distance.
Right, so has everybody else come through the door? Or are they still outside?
You've just, well, I don't know, is everybody else in the corridor behind you or?
Yeah, I'm in corridor.
Yeah.
Well, actually it will be Calton,
yeah, I guess you're the only one that
Right, well, I will just
To be fair,
quietly...
it's about 10 foot wide corridor, so you maybe not all fit in it.
Right, so I'll just quietly move back outside and whisper to them what I can see in the room.
I think we should go in and kill them.
Alright then. Guess we all move through then.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Right.
The party heads through.
Like just charging straight in.
No.
Yes, absolutely. That's how it works, right?
Those 3 things on the ceiling.
I mean, there are only 3.
3 sturges flapping around.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? You're just going to head straight in?
I mean, to be honest, you know, Sturges, they don't take long to kill us.
Took them out
So.
before.
One hit kills.
Okay. How are you doing
it? Well, we shouldn't make too much, so we don't alert the dragons. So maybe we should stealth it.
Yeah, but I think we should have a look at what this thing is that's on the...
Yeah, that's...
There we go. There's the robot Discord.
Yep.
Wonderful, wonderfulness. Ooh, 5,000 milliseconds latency.
What an egg.
Let's just ooh, yeah, it's not having a good time of it, is it? Nah, it's not having a good time of it tonight.
Yeah.
Do we want to move over to the Gilded while we...
I can't.
Okay, oh yeah, you're signed out of it, aren't you?
Can't download things.
Sure.
Say what? 1996. Oh, that was a good year. Oh yeah, it's gone down to 1911. So you know it's going the right direction. Oh, 1100. It's going down still. Can anyone hear me now? Guess not. Never mind, now it's 5,000.
Right.
1,500. Yeah.
We're going back down. Okay, okay.
Oh,
I can start hearing people.
Oh, okay. It's,
Right, so
Oh yes, let's go. 14, 14,
I'm on
let's
green
go.
now.
in the midst
Okay,
of all
wait.
that, you all opened the door, it blew out, and you all fell off the side of the mountain. Soz, there was a miscommunication, I didn't know what you wanted to do.
We'll get the campaign hands here, let's go.
Let's go.
Thanks, Discord.
Yeah, everybody tag Discord and said we all died thanks to you.
We wanted to. We wanted to investigate this painting that we could see.
Is it... Is it crapped out again? Oh, was that it? Was that the end of the sentence? You wanted to investigate the painting that you could see? Cool.
1,000.
No,
my.
it's back again. It's back again. It just crapped out again. So you want to
Yeah.
what you wanted to investigate the painting,
Yeah.
Yes,
which
we
is
did.
in the middle
Yeah.
of this room with the flying sturges.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna.
So how are you gonna-
head in and battle the Sturges?
Okay. In what order? It's one door. It's only
Same order as we have been, I guess.
Doing the flying around, shouldn't the people who range go in first, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, no, because the idea is that the people with the tanky. But the tanky person and the dodgy person, the one that dodges.
So there are many dodgy people in this group.
Calling me dodgy.
I mean, if we take a whole look at this group, it's basically a dodgy group. So,
Yeah.
ish.
Right.
So,
So
yeah.
All around the average.
who's going in
Same
first?
order. Harris. I think Harrison should go in first, and then me.
Go! Carlton just pushes you through the door.
Yeah.
Right. How are you gonna? What's your plan for going into the room?
Kill them all.
We're just.
No, I mean
we're
for
just-
Harrison. I mean for Harrison.
Oh, all right.
Right.
If Harrison's going in first, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I've got my crossbow ready, and I'm
Cool.
going to take a pot shot at one of the thingies. We might as well dispatch them first before we do anything.
Okay. So what are you gonna do with that from the doorway, or step in and shoot?
I'll step in and shoot.
Step in, leave room for others, and shoot. Okay. Right. As they currently do not know you are there, make an attack roll with your crossbow.
With advantage.
Why advantage?
Because they don't know.
Well, you said they didn't know I was there.
You're not hiding though, are you?
Right,
Do,
okay then.
do you really need advantage? It's a sturge.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
13.
Let's have a look. Nope, that's a will-o-wisp.
Like, please no, not now.
So yeah, I think you're right. I think you do get advantage. So yeah, roll again.
Then we'll
Did
get-
he miss?
24.
Technically, the
Would it get sneak attack as well?
if you've got advantage,
Sneak
yes, but
attack
you have
is
to
a
hit it
melee,
first.
isn't it?
Oh.
So
Yeah, sneak attack is melee.
no, sneak attack isn't just melee. I think you'll find.
That was
Actually,
not actually damage.
I know it was. I can read.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. So that was a 24 in the blue words there on D&D Beyond, which is to hit. Is that correct? Okay, so you step inside. You step inside, crouching low, aim your crossbow, and you just roll to damage. Just pins one of them to the roof.
6.
Yeah, it just goes straight through its head, pins it to the roof. The sound alerts the others, and they see you now there. Now is time to roll for a bit of initiative, if you don't mind.
Oh my god.
16.
13.
11.
5.
16.
Okay. Who? Harrison, and what's your other name? Evelyn. What's your two's dex?
16.
18.
Harrison, you get to go again. Because in their confusion, they're flittering around. You have time to reload crossbow if needed. They're about 20 feet away from you.
Right, I'll
As it stands.
shoot it with my crossbow again, man.
Yep, no advantage this one though, because they know you are there.
Oh, gosh.
No.
8.
As they are now swooping down towards you, in your haste to reload, you just line it up. Try to get the shot off the cuff, so to speak, but this one just manages to swoop out of the way, and the bolt just clatters off the roof and falls onto the floor. Evelyn.
Do I still get my... Oh, I was
Do you
going to say,
still-
do I still get my bonus action?
Yes, if you need
Right,
it.
So, yeah, I'll attack again with the
Do you get-
crossbow.
Oh, do you get a bonus action crossbow, do you?
Oh no, that's my rapier, innit? Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Never mind that.
Okay, good. Hold on, did you... Let me just check your character. Do you get 2 attack? No, because you only took 1 level. That's right, 1 level in fighter, didn't you? Okay.
It's level 5 in the certain
Yep.
classes that you get extra back.
Yep, that's cool. Right.
It's a feat that gives me 2 attacks.
No, I mean 2 attacks per action, which is what most people...
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Evelyn, you're up.
Right, I'm gonna shoot one. I'm guessing
force
I'm
you-
in view.
Force your way past everyone else as you were stood right at the back. And you're now just inside the doorway. You're like, get out of my... Get out of my flipping way! So yes, your first shot with your bow.
That is a 19.
That one strikes right in the chest of one of them as they're now swooping down towards you, seeking fresh blood. And it just
Half damage.
falls straight out, lands with a soft thud on the floor. One left.
Right, I'll shoot it.
Go for it.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Okay, yeah, that one definitely hits.
And that is 12 damage.
Yeah, tell us how you finished that one.
Yeah, shoot it. It'll just go for a standard shot. It's quite a boring creature in it, so just...
Okay.
He just
Oh, epic.
explodes.
Yeah, so you just ping it straight through with the arrow. The arrow just passes through it and lands in the roof, and it just glides lifeless on the floor.
Cool.
You just stand there for a second, still, silence, you don't hear anything.
Ha ha ha.
Until Gioa pipes up with a loud ha ha ha.
Ha ha.
And you hear the giant roar. Okay,
Yay.
so... No, all seems still and silent again.
Seems.
Ooh, that means the
Seems.
dragon's there.
That's a DM's favourite word.
It is, but you would tell if it wasn't still and silent, because that's the thing with noise. You can tend to hear it. That's why sometimes words are just words.
What, you're telling me I can hear noise?
Oh my god.
Mind blown.
Oh my god. Oh. What?
I have no idea. But what are you doing?
Right,
Apart from breathing
who's gonna
heavily.
check- Who's gonna check this thing out on the floor? Because my arcana and history are poop.
I'll have a... No, okay.
I'll help.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you
So,
don't need to
Arcana or-
you don't need to roll because you're just using your eyes to see this thing painted on the floor.
Okay.
I'll help you look at it.
It's a 10-foot diameter shield-shaped crest that features a black tower being struck by a golden bolt of lightning.
Okay.
If you want to know what the emblem is, then feel free to search your memory banks and make a history check.
I would like to.
I will do that.
I don't think you need to assist.
I don't care. I still want to.
Okay, the 12-year-old is trying to assist the researcher. Yeah.
Who rolled a 24, but
Okay.
okay, I'll roll my advantage. Oh, it got higher, 25.
He's like, what about? So, the hell was that squeal? So as you're trying to think and you're trying to, it's like, oh yeah, and he just, just mentions to you, what about? And then you're like, yes, that's it.
Yes, that's it. That's how it works.
It's the emblem of the warlord Delthendra Amza.
Blue?
I was just gonna say, and that means.
That doesn't mean anything.
It's like Jeff.
Oh, Jeff.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
Jeff. Okay.
Yeah, I
okay.
remember Jeff.
I just say that.
Good times.
Oh no. It's the old warlord that that built the peak originally. The fortress, not built the peak, built the fortress originally. So
Oh,
yes,
entire mountain.
and dwelt there for many years while she and her soldiers kept the orcs of the Sword Mountains in check. So it was the original creator, builder of this fortress in which you now stand.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay.
Faded with age and wear and tear, but it's still fairly well made out, that crest.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So.
Okay, so
There's.
So-
doesn't sound like there's any other things that we can do
It's
with
happening
that.
again.
I mean, you've looked at the floor, so hey.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, where can we go from here?
Oh,
There is the door that you've currently come through, and there is a door in the southern wall.
All right, let's go
I
through the door and
don't
have them all
open it.
then.
Let's
hear a word anyone is saying.
stealthily open the door.
Discord, you be pooping on us tonight.
Stop it, Discord.
Psycho. Does somebody want to be the scribe and just type everything into party chat?
Did you not hear anything?
Oh,
What are you gonna? What are you?
I mean,
My
I mean,
God, it's so
I
robotic.
can hear, but Psyche's having trouble. I think Psyche being over the other side of the pond might mean that Discord over the other side of the pond is having more issues than Discord this side of the pond.
I like
Yeah.
It's full of fish.
Oh, now everyone's typing.
We went through a door on the south side, yes.
You're going through the door on the south side.
Okay.
Should we stab?
Still.
Stealth.
Right. I need the.
Oh, I've dropped my
I
magnets.
need to just go to the toilet. I'll be right back.
Oh, do you know? We've only been going 45 minutes.
We're gonna
Yeah, I
stealth
know. I just suddenly need the toilet.
Fair enough.
You guys carry on.
You're
Carlton.
back! I can hear
Carlton
you!
will follow everybody.
Okay, Carlton
nice.
second, Harrison taking the lead.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll be in the
I'll
far
go
back.
middle.
I'll go other middle.
God's sake.
I know where I'm going.
Home. Right,
So,
so
fuck this adventure, I'm going home.
stealth checks. Stealth checks all
checks,
round,
okay.
please.
Alright.
Ooh, that's a nat one.
So.
Yikes.
That's a 2.
Ooh.
Nat 20!
Oh,
That's
that
a
makes up for the. Oh,
20 for
I
a
got I got a dirty 20.
Those 2 natural 20s definitely make up for the failures from the other idiots.
Hello, my name is...
Oh, yeah. Oof.
Wait a sec. Evelyn, did you do a survival check?
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah,
Nat
one's
20s.
survival.
Oh, and that 1 still counts whether it's survival or not. It just...
I got dirty 20. Hell yeah.
It just means it's still a natural 1, so tough.
Yeah.
So Harrison taking the lead.
Yep.
This time, notices the hinges have a little bit of rust on them, but he's like, I got this. Spits on them both and just opens it, and it doesn't make a sound. Natural lubricant for the win. So, as you tiptoe, behave, through the door, it leads you out into a corridor, which goes a bit further to your right, and it just sort of 5 feet to your left, but there is a door just opposite you on the left-hand side, and then there's one right at the far end of the corridor on the right, and then one in the southern wall, sort of a bit further down from the one on the left, if that makes sense. So, as you are looking out,
Yeah.
the corridor ends about 5 feet away from you, with a door on the opposite wall. Wall from you, and then to the right at the end of the corridor, about 20 feet down from you, there is a door, and then one just on the opposite wall from you again, about 10 feet down. So there's 2 doors on the south wall, and 1 on the far right hand side.
Okay.
If that helps. Describing words, they're wonderful when you can do them.
Yes.
Yeah. Basically, there's 2 doors on the wall opposite you, 1 on your left, 1 on your right, and then there's a door right at the far end of the corridor.
I would like to open the one on the left.
Okay. You try this door, and it opens. It's a little bit of a creak, as all the doors and hinges and things around here are rusted up. As you look into the room, you can see everything furniture-wise. It looks to be completely ransacked and destroyed, to the point where there are a pair of chandeliers cast on the floor that look as if they were once hung by chains from the ceiling. All the smashed furnishings, there's wooden chairs, there's a long wooden dining table, and there's a fireplace just opposite in the southern wall, about 15 feet away.
I'll be right back.
There's a stuffed and mounted head of a large white wolf with glassy blue eyes.
That's cool.
And you can see there are a couple of hooks just above the mantelpiece. Looks as if it used to hang there once upon a time.
Okay.
I want to take it with me.
I wanna take a look at that wolf.
Just the head then.
Okay. You go and look at it. It's definitely the head of a white wolf.
Okay. You said the eyes were glassy. Is there anything special about them?
Yeah, they're glass eyes. Because you can't really preserve real eyes. They don't tend to last very long. So it's just as if...
a world of magic and fantasy.
These ones, out special. They're just a pair of glass eyes that some taxidermist has used to replace the creature's once living eyes.
Okay. Can I look around the room to see if I can find anything interesting?
Yep, you can look around the room. Further down on that wall where you came through, you can see a door.
Okay.
Judging by where it is, it's probably the other door, which was further down the corridor. And then right on the southwest, or on the west wall and towards the southern corner, there is another door heading out of this room.
Okay.
So you got the two doors in the north wall behind you, and then the one in the west wall a bit further down.
All right, I'll go to the one the west wall further down.
Okay.
I will go with him.
Heading through.
Yep.
Okie dokie. So, this next room, also completely trashed. Debris scattered everywhere. There's two fireplaces built into the south wall, and you can feel the cold breeze and hear it whistling through from these two fireplaces. This looks like it most likely would have been the kitchen.
Okay, are the fireplaces lit?
No, not at all. There's no light, nothing in this. It's just cold, dark.
No. I would like to cast a firebolt to light the fireplace.
I just hold out produce flames in my hand.
That's not cool.
So as you cast your firebolt, it streaks its way towards the fireplace, impacts with the cold stone, and just goes out.
Oh, there's no wood in the fireplace.
There's no fuel in the fireplace, no.
Oops.
You had your ignition, you just didn't have the fuel.
Well, shoot.
Yeah, you've done that.
Sorry for disappearing there, by the way.
It's fine, it's fine.
Alright, I had to go yell at a convoy.
Oh, okay. Still having that issue.
Oh, it's the actual frickin' convoy this time, not just some people representing it.
Nice, nice.
So where can we go from here? There's where can we go from here?
So you
Good question.
you've just entered through this door, which is now in this room. This door is on the east side. There are two doors on the northern wall from here. Your two fireplaces are on the south wall, and the one opposite you on the west is just one solid wall, and just shattered furniture and kitchen equipment, knives, rusted forks, hooks hanging from the ceiling, which you would assume used to hang any game or anything like that, meat, what have you.
Did you say there's two doors to the north? Did you say?
Two doors in the north, yeah, further down, about 5 feet apart from each other.
Alright, left or right, guys?
Well, I think they both take us back out into the corridor. I'm not.
No,
sure.
you've come through where the corridor was.
Yeah.
From the previous room. So there was the two doors in the north wall in the previous room, which were the two doors that you saw in the corridor.
Right.
There was the one at the end of the corridor, which you haven't tried. You've just come through the door in the bottom portion of the previous room. Basically, the next door along. The next room along from where you were. I'm not going to make my dungeons as complicated as this, I don't think.
Just pick any door.
Alright.
Either that, or I'll do what MLG did and map it out with tiles.
One on the left.
Okay.
The one on the left.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. From as you're looking at it, yeah, that's fine. So, the one on the left. Open it up. A slight creak. Nothing too bad. Just the rusty hinges again. Peering inside this room completely ransacked. Nothing in here but smashed shelves, broken barrels, torn sacks, and other bits and pieces just scattered all over the place.
Storeroom.
Yeah, among the litter that is now covering this small room. It's about 10 feet by 10 feet wide. You can see the skeletal remains of a male humanoid clad in a rusty breastplate.
Okay.
You can see a large. It's sort of face down, as it were, and there's a large hole in the back of the breastplate, as if that was what caused them to be in this state.
Okay. So nothing else of note in the room.
About inch wide, 2 inch.
Okay, so not like dragon claw size.
Nah, it's more spear or sword or something.
So nothing else of note in the room.
Nothing else of note in that room, no.
Alright, I let the rest of the party know. Nah, nothing. And we head to the door on the right, and the party heads through there.
Oh, it does it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I love words.
Words and tone can cause all sorts of anxiety. Well, as you open this door...
Oh, jeez.
What stretches out in front of you is a short corridor. About maybe 25 foot down. There is one door on your right, which is the east. About 10 foot down from you, and then about another 15 foot down there is a further door on the right, on the east wall again. So 2 doors to the right, one 10 foot in front of you, one 25 feet further down, and then the corridor turns off to the left at the end, opposite where that last door is.
Okay, so let's go through the door closest to us then.
I like that idea.
Okay,
Alright,
so
okay, yep.
what is it? Same marching order, Harrison, leading through, or have we just abandoned all hope, ye who enter here now? We're just going off however we want. Because I know there's lots of people opening doors and doing sorts of different things, so
Yeah. No,
I just want to...
Should we just go at the same margin?
I've just give up, so I'll just follow whoever.
Okay, dokie.
Alright, I guess I'm in the lead then.
I'll go same place.
Right, so heading into this room, opening up the door with another slight creak. This one's a squarish room, about 15 by 15 feet across. You can see the remains of what would have been weapon racks smashed along the floor. This place is absolutely ransacked to heck, for want of a better phrase. Everywhere you go there is damage and destruction. You can see the remains of wooden mannequins scattered around the place as if they've been hacked and slashed and stomped and just torn apart. And rusty hooks on the walls, which a couple of them still hold the odd piece of rusty armour, shields, and one helm, which is a bit further along on the northern wall. And then there's one door exactly opposite the one that you came through on the other side of the room.
Alright, guess we head through that then.
I
Okay,
guess.
so you open this door. Looks a bit familiar. You can see further down the corridor some tracks in the dust. There are 2 doors on the wall to your left, which would be the south wall, and then one on the one to the right. You've already been in this corridor.
Oh God!
It looks as if this was the door that was at the end of the corridor. So you've gone like in a circle. With the hiss and a bong and a bing.
Alright.
That's just a
back we
random
go then.
hiss. I don't know where that one's coming
I
from.
just
Yeah,
So if that's the door that was at the end, and we went in the door on the left, we have not been in the door on the right of the original corridor then.
No, that's the one that you first came out of.
Right.
Yeah. The only other door that you'd not been in that corridor, you figured was the other door in the main dining area. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
So there's nothing really down there.
Nothing else that you can see.
So.
So you can go back to the second corridor, which had a door further down, or where it turned off to the left.
I suggest the first option.
That voice reminded me of something. I don't know what it was. Okay, so back into the second corridor that you discovered out of the kitchens.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're back in the corridor, looking down it again. There's the door on the right, or there's a corridor leaning off to the left. So the corridor turns to the left at the end, or there's the door which is right at the end on the right-hand side.
I think we should turn back and go back to where we were before we entered the corridor.
No, this is where we haven't been. We've been.
This is the only place that you haven't looked. These are the only two places that you haven't looked. You've been through everywhere else so far. Yeah. If it's my poor descriptions, then apologies.
No. So, right.
No, I think it's
any of the doors leading west?
Say again?
Is any of the doors leading west?
As the corridor goes down towards the north, it turns to the west. And the door at the end is on your right, which is to the east. Are you drawing some sort of rudimentary map there, Harrison?
Trying to, yeah.
Yeah, good luck with these descriptions.
Yeah. Right, so that's west.
For this kind of stuff, it's where you need the like virtual tabletop. I might have to try and come up with something else.
Well, we might as well go through that door at the end of the corridor then.
Yeah, let's go anywhere we haven't been.
Okay, as you walk down this corridor further along, you can see this door on your left, and the corridor. No, sorry, this door on the right, and the corridor turns to the left. About 10 feet further down, there is a smashed door, but just before that door, you can see another corridor with a spiral staircase heading up. But if you head through, you can head through this door on the right, or like I say, there's.
I think we need to go up this spiral staircase.
Okay. Up the spiral staircase we go then.
Okay. So, avoiding the door on the right and the smashed door on the left, going through the middle bit up the spiral staircase, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Right. Pardon. So, as you wind your way up the staircase, it's dark in here. There's no windows or arrow slits or anything. So those of you that don't have dark vision, have you still got your flame burning? You've got the flickering torch of Gio's hand leading you as you trudge through the frost and the dust lining these stairs and the walls. It leads you out into where it comes to a landing area, and right in front of you there is another smashed door. It's just smashed. You can see out scattered wood all over the floor.
Okay.
So it leads into another sort of room. This just in front of you. You can see this from where you are. There's sort of a curved battlement with arrow slits. Well, not.
Right, I look through the arrows. One of the arrow slits.
So, peering through, there's one on the east side of the wall, one southeast, one south, and one southwest.
Okay. Let's go with the one on the. Let's go with the nearest one.
So the one looking to your east.
Yes.
Looking out of this arrow slit, you can see it looks over a large area with a 3-foot wall around the outside, ice completely covering the floor. It's a large, this looks as if it's the top of the fortress itself, and right in the middle of this large open battlement courtyard type area, you can see a dragon laid, curled up,
He's there.
white scales shining, shimmering.
Oh, Jesus.
One wing rested over its head, snout just peeking out. You can see the huge form of its body inflating and deflating as it breathes deeply.
Okay.
Occasionally the tail twitches.
Okay. I sort of hold my hand out to the rest of them and sort of put my finger up to my mouth and just tell them to be quiet. I just whisper. And I just whisper. What's so funny?
I'm laughing at you.
And I just whispered. Oh, I just whispered to the rest of them. He's there. He's through there.
Because I'm right at the back, I don't hear the whisper and I go, what?
No, you bloody well don't. Spoil it. Right. So yeah, I just say.
So how far?
Pass it on to the rest of the guys.
How far down from where we are would the dragon be?
How far out from that wall?
Yeah.
Is he on the same level as we are, or
Same level. Yeah, eye level.
Oh, jeez.
eye level?
Oh,
It's literally looking out of this arrow slit. It's there, maybe 30-40 feet, right in the center of this.
You stealth towards it.
No, wait. Before we do, we
There's
need
only an arrow
to-
slit. You can't see
Yeah.
a way to get out there currently.
Okay, but even so, before we go any further, we should make a plan, right?
Feel it.
And also, we also need to. Does anybody need to short rest?
I've got.
There
2
is
health missing.
the rest of this room. Currently, you've seen these arrow slits around you on your left hand side, and then over to the right, it opens up into a larger room.
Okay. Does anybody need to short rest?
No.
Not really.
I would quite like to, because I'd like to recover a bit of HP before we go in.
Okay, that's fine. That means I actually get to recover as well.
They've
That
got a
would
good sense of
recover-
smell, just so you know.
What's that?
What's what?
You said there was, just so you know, and I missed the.
I caught it. Something about good sense of smell?
Oh.
Yeah, it's a dragon. They've
Right.
good sense of smell. Depends how
Okay.
long you want to linger for.
Let's head. Yeah, let's. Okay, so I say to them, okay, let's head back downstairs and let's prepare ourselves before we make a surprise attack on it. Okay, we need to make a plan. We need to rest up.
Well, if it wakes up.
Okay, then we'll wait for it to come back.
Well, look, I mean, we need to. We can't just take. We'll wait for it. Yeah, I actually agree with Gioa. We can't. We don't just blindly go rush in. We have to make a plan. We have to do this carefully. So let's rest up first, and let's make a plan as to how we're going to take this thing on. Okay? So, party heads downstairs, and we take a short rest in the room with the spiral staircase and the shattered doors.
All right.
It's not really room, it's a staircase.
No, but I mean, I
So
see.
Yeah, there was the corridor which led to the left, to the west. There was a spiral staircase which was just off that corridor, head straight up. The spiral staircase was basically in between the door on the east side and the smash door on the left side, and the spiral staircase just sort of bisected that small section of corridor which turned.
And we've been to both rooms, right?
No, you've been to neither because you didn't go through either. You just went straight through the staircase.
Oh, right. So, shall we go through the smashed doors there? A door then.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go through the smashed door then.
Okay.
Party heads through the smashed door.
Yeah, I was curious about that.
Were you really? So this
Yeah.
leads into
Did you
quite.
not hear the
Leads into quite a large room. 3 corners, south, west, northwest, and northeast of the room have basically curved walls with arrow slits which see through to the outside of the mountain. It's absolutely filthy. Evelyn, you would recognise this due to your rangerness. It looks as if the orcs that once lived here spent a long time in this room. This was one of their main inhabitants. The furnishings that were once here have all been burned in the fireplace, which lies on right smack bang in the centre of the northern edge. Good with words today. Northern wall of this room. There is another smashed door just to the south of this room as well, which, as you can look through, that leads to a corridor which about 20 feet further down there's just rubble all over the place. So yeah, so you've got rubble in the corridor right to the south, smashed door on the southern side, and then the smashed door in the eastern corner, which leads up through into that staircase. So you can probably track how and where it first entered.
Okay, this seems like a good spot to just take a short rest.
Yeah.
Okay then.
So that's what we do then. We take a short rest.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Make your own benefits of your short rest. If anybody wants to use any hit die, please feel free to do so, tracking them as they see fit.
Okay.
Is everybody having a rest, or is anybody wanting to do anything else while the rest of you rest up and try and heal a few of your...
I'll take a short rest.
Okay.
Give back my key points.
Tells me to take my short rest.
Oh, okay. Nobody else doing anything while everybody's resting, or is everybody having a rest? No, everybody seems to be resting.
Yeah, we're all tired.
Well, we're making sure that we're, you know, as well as we can be for this fight. That's
I have all my key points.
Yeah.
okay. So
I'll fight a die roll, so that's brought me back up again.
I mean, I did use a few spells in the last fight, but being that I have the Dragon Slayer longsword and I am the party's tank, that's what I'm gonna be doing in this fight. So yeah.
I've got an idea for one spell that could be really useful in this fight. I've got I'll save it, I guess. I'll save it so it's more of a treat.
Okay.
He didn't want to give his plans away to me, that's why.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Feel free,
Need to go AFK.
as I've said,
Yeah, we can use the party chat
No.
so he doesn't check.
as I've said, I promise you I will not check the text chat in the party. If you want to use that mid-session, I will leave that as sacrosanct for you guys. Before you type, I will come out of it, so I'm on a different one, just in case I accidentally click on Discord. So I'm currently lingering in the characters section, so if you want to type stuff in the party that you don't want me to hear, feel free.
Yeah,
If it's
that'll be good.
If it's cheating, I will follow through on threats.
We would. Okay, so
Cheat? We would never.
okay, so as we discuss our plans, so that's something, and then I do say to everyone though as well, remember, I'm the heavily armored guy with the shield, so stick close to me, and then we can and then I can shield you.
I have a shield too.
Just remember, we're not gonna let you die.
But although that being said, being a dragon, it's probably got a breath attack that could take out all of us. So maybe
spread out.
Okay, here's an idea. All right, spread out first, and then get close to me after it's used its breath attack.
Right, I'm back.
Alright.
So
Right,
and then
explain the plan.
and then maybe we can and then what we can do also is we can surprise it in another way, which I'm going to type.
You wish. Small, petty
We can't throw
humanoids.
it. That's a...
So,
Somebody brought a
what's
monkey.
the whole plan then?
No, there wasn't really a plan, it was more of suggestions. The plan is being typed up in the party text chat on Discord, I believe.
Do we have any does anyone have any spells that we can cast now, or any abilities that we can cast now to buff ourselves up before we
Yes.
before we
I
do?
mean,
Yes. If we want to sneak up on it, I have the dust of disappearance.
Oh yeah.
I have fly.
Okay, and
So if we're using the document,
I'd like to point out we don't know how to get into the courtyard where it is yet.
exactly.
So if
when
you
we
have
do-
any spells like that, wait until we're
yeah.
like able to get in there.
okay, I do. There is one thing that I can do now. There's some that concentration up to a minute, so I'll wait to use those until we get there. But Bardic Inspiration, that lasts up to 10 minutes, and I don't have to concentrate for it. So, two of you, I've got 2 Bardic Inspirations. Who would like a extra D6 inspiration die? Who would that be most useful for?
Most useful, probably.
That would be most useful for me, please.
I mean, I can't do it on myself, so it's got to be one of you guys.
Yeah, but what can you use it on? Is it for attack roll?
It is for.
It's not
ability-
everything.
It is
No.
for ability checks, attack rolls, or saving throws,
Right.
and it's a D6.
I have a potion of invulnerability that lasts for a minute.
Yeah, I mean that's very
I
helpful.
forgot about that.
I'm glad you saved it for this fight.
Yeah.
I totally forgot I had that. Yeah, because it's a resistance to all damage.
Yeah, I'm
Not
really glad.
immunity, but resistance.
No, but I'm really glad you saved that for this fight because we're gonna need it. Right, who am I giving Bardic Inspiration to?
If no one's gonna take it, I'll take one of them.
What does that do
Right.
exactly?
Gives you an extra
You
think
get
you should gi-
one.
I think you should give it to the tanks. One of the other tanks.
I can't give it to myself though.
Yeah, I know that, but give it to
Malkuth is going to be in melee with Carlton.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
Malkuth one, and then who's going to be the other?
If no one's gonna claim it.
Well,
I'll
if
take
anybody else wants it, give it to them before. me.
Okay. So Gioa and Malkuth.
How are you going to
Alright.
inspire them?
it. I was just gonna say, you need to sing the song.
Well,
Oh, no.
I'm not going.
no.
No,
Sorry,
no,
Harrison, but you gotta
I'm
live
not
it.
going- I'm not going to do anything super loud. There's a dragon sleeping up there, so
He's gonna
I-
pull out a poster that says, "You can do it."
So
Electric loot.
what I-
One of those cat posters.
Yeah, one of those hanging there.
No.
Scanlan's
Um,
hand.
Yes, Scanlan's hand. Okay, so I'm giving it to Gioa and I'm giving it to Malkuth. Okay, so I say to Malkuth, don't forget how strong you are. Okay, don't forget you are super strong. You've got lots of abilities that you can use. I know sometimes you forget how strong you are. Just remember, you are super strong.
I
and
know,
super
sometimes you
agile.
forget
You're the
your
best one
abilities.
I ever know.
Can I
So
just- can I just-
remember who you are.
Oh god!
Fuck's sake!
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mufasa.
I just go up and
Simba.
say, I just go,
And then to
Good
Gioa,
point.
I say, Gioa the pyromaniac druid. You
That's me.
You are the most powerful child I have ever seen.
And that's the scary thing.
Use that power,
Yes, it is.
use that power to slay this fucking dragon.
Woo! We're gonna kill a fucking dragon.
And that is my bardic inspiration.
Hell yeah.
That's,
And how long does
that's
that
all
last
I-
for?
Feel inspired.
It lasts for 10 minutes.
Now remember,
So,
kids. we're
Malkuth,
supposed to
so
play this
Psych,
dragon.
remember that you've got for an
1d6.
attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, and now you can choose to add it after you roll the d20. So you two don't use it unless your roll is unless your roll could be saved by an extra d6.
Yeah. So
Right.
if you get a 15 or something, like say it used breath weapon on you, get a 15, save it. Like save.
Yeah,
inspiration.
and and also in your character sheet on D&D Beyond, you can
Yeah.
tick inspiration,
Yeah, it's like a
and
little
if you see a
sun.
sun, then that's that. Right.
Yeah.
Where?
So
Next to
Malkuth.
walking speed.
I would do a song, but of course, yeah, there's a sleeping dragon. I'm not going to wake the sleeping
Do a
dragon
whisper
up.
song.
Yes.
You know,
Wait.
it would have been way better if he had telepathy, so he could just play the song in their mind.
Yes.
Yeah, it would. Never mind
Oh,
it.
there it is.
Just like. That just
But anyway,
reminded me
no,
of, like,
I will save the Dragon of Icespire Peak the musical for when we've slain this dragon.
The
So,
cat says hi. Right.
Any other buffs people want to?
You've got
Want
10
to
minutes. Time's ticking.
Time's
Let's just
ticking.
get going. Let's just get going.
Yeah,
I
let's
have-
try.
Okay,
I
as
have
I'm walking up, I cast Divine Summons. Now this is a cantrip.
Divine
and,
what?
Divine Summons. Now
Summons.
this is a cantrip, and I could call a random god to my aid. Now obviously it's up to the DM how OP or underpowered that is. So all I'm going to say is, if any gods out there are listening, we
Oh.
can really do with a bit of divine
Sounds
fervor
good.
right now. We're about
I-
to kill a dragon.
And that one
realized-
lasts.
Fight a dragon.
That one lasts the whole.
massive beam of light disintegrate the
I
ground.
realized I can do something
There he
that I
gets a
would like to
heart
do to Carlton real quick.
It just collapses.
This one lasts a whole
like-
5 minutes, so you've got even less time now.
I would like
Yeah.
to cast protection from evil and good.
I need. To remind the party, we still don't know how to get into the courtyard.
I would cast protection from poison, but it's pretty useless here.
Right, off we go.
Okay, let's
So
go.
we head up the spiral staircase, and then when we get to that room, we look around. Around the rest of the area.
Have you read Protection from Evil and Good?
Yeah.
I
have.
Read it again.
Oh shit! It's not dragons. I forgot about that.
I'll let you take a mulligan on that one if you want.
Thank you.
Read your spells next time first, though. Otherwise.
Yeah. I remember that it's counted dragons as well. That's why.
Yeah, I've had that as like a paladin or already prepared spell. I never used it because we only ever encountered any themes.
So many
or fae.
characters.
So
It's a pre-written. It's a pre-written. Other things might work in your favour, but that's homebrew stuff.
No, it's fine.
Right.
So Sparky heads up the stairs,
Back up
to
the
the
stairs.
room
Yep.
where we saw the dragon through the arrow slit, and we look round the rest of the room.
Okay, so in this room, quick look round as you're doing it. It's taking you less than a minute to get up these stairs now. It looks like this was an important room. Just casting your glance around. There's some sort of rudimentary throne, for want of a better word, against... It's a stacked chair with a load of rubbish piled either side of it. It's kind of like the Iron Throne, but made out of wood. You know, rubbish and stuff stacked up.
I would sit on it, but we don't.
Looks as if it was the seat of the Orc War Chief, quite possibly. And at the base of this throne is a severed right hand clutching the haft of a quite nice looking great axe. There's a few dents and chips and bits and pieces in it. And the room is just decorated with spoils of war, including fairly impressive looking furniture. Most of it was destroyed. There's some bits still intact. There's furs and antlers and all sorts of other bits and pieces heaped up, and then spiked heads of dwarves, humans, and a couple of orcs in there as well, and all sorts of other random, sort of, for want of a better word, trophies. Round to the yeah, there we go. I was looking at the wrong floor. Round to the northeast, there's more of these curved walls with the arrow slits in the southeast, southwest, northwest, and on the northeast and northeast side there is another broken door which leads out onto this battlement area.
Right. So
And at that point,
where...
I am just going to bring something to the table.
Oh god,
Oh no.
he's had some like terrain covered with a tea towel.
That's the thing that he censored in the TikTok.
A tea towel?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it looks like there's a lot of stuff in there. I can just barely.
Oh god, don't drop it!
Oh no, it's not dropping, it's making space. So, this is how I've...
exciting.
Come on, Stream Deck. This is how I've had it hidden all day.
Oh god, robotic.
Come on. Oh, I'm not going to be able to...
There we go, we're back.
So,
Oh, lovely tea towel.
the unveiling is probably going to look absolutely crap, but...
Dun, 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 dun.
What?
covered in ice.
Oh, that's what that is. So it isn't just.
Ah.
So the dragon didn't just cover its lair in Clingfield.
Gotta
So,
keep
yeah.
it.
Magical click film layer.
So yeah, this is where you guys are. And let's go get it.
The battle of the homebrew dragons, the cling film dragon and the peppermint dragon.
Come on. Come back to me.
Okay, I'm coming. So, sleeping right in the center. Let's get some light on this battle, shall we?
Dragon.
Is
Dragon.
Drogon. There you go. A little bit more light on there. If you can see that well enough, and it doesn't.
There we go.
There you go. Turn it up a bit. And
I'll
you
do that
guys,
better.
what's your marching order?
I'm
I'm at
first.
the back. I'm at the back.
Carlton.
I'll go
Back.
I'll
Carlton
go
through the
after.
door.
Yeah, I'll go after Carlton.
Okie
I'll go
dokie.
first.
Yeah, go on then. I'll go after you.
You'll go fourth then. There's a Harrison. Gioa.
So
Who
did we all agree on trying to sneak up on it?
was last?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go last.
So what I'm hearing is no Leroy Jenkins.
Oh, no.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely not.
But before we enact your plan, let's go for a quick break. So we're, you know, ready and raring to go for the last part of this session
Alright.
and see where it indeed takes us.
See if we
What do we
We're all
reckon?
gonna die.
Only if I have something to do with it.
We're all gonna die.
Right, so grab a drink, make room for more drink, stretch your legs. We'll be right back as quick as we can, because this is going to get
Show off
real.
The new overlay to everyone else. Haven't seen it yet. Did I? Yeah, I got 5,000 ping. So I
Lovely.
Your shit.
Yeah, let's go grab some food while we're having a break.
Infuriating. There we go. Hi. I can hear people. I
Nice.
hear wisely.
Yeah, I'm just grabbing a pizza.
I was trying to show off my new overlay.
Let's see. Ooh, I like that. That's cool.
I'm really proud of it.
It's cool. Let's see. D&D knowledge, don't fail me. I don't know which dragon it is, if it's an ice dragon or a young white dragon we're facing. Because if it's an ice dragon, it has 2 legendary actions, and if it's a young white dragon, it doesn't have any legendary actions, and I'm really hoping...
Why do I hear metagaming going on here?
No, this is
it
meta knowledge.
Calling memory?
Don't think so. This is why I'm going to homebrew every creature in the homebrew campaign.
Yeah. Sorry that I have a lot of knowledge, Sparky.
I want to see... I wanted to see if I could change, because I could add that as a note. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud again. For my snake character, not for the next campaign, but for maybe a future one,
Oops.
Oh. Are you gonna make figurines for each of the characters for the Homebrew campaign, Sparky, by the way?
Yeah, I need one for you.
Ah, okay. I mean, I sent you a hero forge. I don't know if that helps at all, but...
Helps a little bit.
Ah.
It definitely helps. It can't not help, put it that way. Let me just double check with this, because it's not quite finished painted yet, this guy. It's supposed to be a blue one, but hey, there we go. So it's not completely glued together, so therefore the wings are a little bit off.
Okay.
Work today.
I have work today, well, tomorrow technically.
I'm going to say I had work today.
Because it's going to be past midnight, but at 1:30 a.m. I'm going to go to work. So.
Okay. I take it you've slept already.
Yeah. I woke up 20 minutes before I joined the Discord. And then I went to take a shower, and then I came out and joined the Discord.
Perfect timing.
That's been my day so far. And now I'm eating my quote-unquote breakfast.
My boss got my scheduled mixed up. She thought I worked today, and I was like, no, that's next week.
Oops.
I feel like I'm not very healthy right now, considering I'm eating pizza for quote-unquote breakfast.
What do you mean right now? Healthy at all?
Shut up.
Shite.
It's good though.
Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
What are you talking about?
Talking about shit.
So I had to deafen myself because I was just listening to a new song.
How rude.
Fair enough.
It's not fair enough, it's rude. How rude.
Have any of you guys ever seen any of Boyce Avenue's videos?
Who?
Boyce Avenue.
Who?
I've heard the name, but I can't say I've seen anything.
They're a band that do lots of really popular acoustic covers of songs. They're really good. But yeah, it's three brothers. But one of the members, Daniel, his 4 kids have got their own band, and actually they're really good singers.
So, before we get into this, I have one quick, well, as quick as I can make it. I have very hilarious Disney news.
Oh god.
I shouldn't have had that break, should I?
They're setting up their own residential place for people to actually.
Oh
live
yeah,
I heard. Yes, I heard.
That is terrifying.
The Disney Village.
Yes.
And apparently they're planning for each area of the residential section to be themed after a different area, like
That's
movies
cool.
and such.
That's
So one of their plans is a Pirates of the Caribbean
Might have
area.
known you would. Right,
Catching
is
the eye
everybody
on the Marvel area.
is everybody back?
I am.
Thanks.
Yes.
I'd not figured that one out. Granny?
Yes, no, maybe.
Have you seen that they're opening Disneyland in the UK?
Oh, that's cool.
Waits for the troll.
Never been to Disneyland.
Sitting here watching Drink
Who are
Whiskey
you calling
Drink.
the troll?
I know, I'm waiting for the troll at the end of that comment.
Oh.
Every day's a long day, Link. Every day's a long day.
I
Right.
don't know if you saw me.
Appreciate
posting,
the
I said,
viewing.
As someone who teaches music to small children, I felt obligated to watch Encanto and learn the songs. But yeah, I can't pretend I didn't enjoy it because I did enjoy it.
I had a good laugh involving Enchanto because nobody talks about Bruno was playing in the bar when I left work the other day. I'm like,
Granny, you back yet?
Who had that? Oh, I think.
Granny, you back yet?
I thought I heard her.
Yeah, I'm back.
Right, is everyone here?
Honestly, I prefer surface pressure, so we don't talk about Bruno.
I've
pretty much memorized
Everyone's back,
most
by
of
the way,
songs.
DM.
Right. Before we turn this fight into a Disney scene, are we all good to go?
Disney scene's quite dark, actually.
Is Elsa a dragon?
Yeah.
What's up?
Is Elsa a dragon?
Oh my god.
Yes, she's an ice dragon. look out the door. You'll see her.
Elsa. We are fighting Elsa.
What
guessing-
is your plan?
Well,
Kill it.
we were
I
gonna
was just gonna say,
all
kill the fucking
sneak.
dragon.
Yeah, so we are all going to now. Is so you say the roof's covered in ice, right?
Absolutely.
So that's probably going to be a hazard.
Yes, it is.
That's why.
So,
Wait,
In what-
I mean I can't do fire spells.
but then that's going to wake up the dragon and we'll lose our sneak advantage.
Yeah.
So, ice.
Ice, yes, ice.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't have a
Well-
teenager.
I guess we have to chance it.
Question for the
At this point.
if I cast daylight, would that melt the ice?
It is daylight.
Oh, okay, never mind.
What does daylight
Yeah,
say?
I don't
I
think
think
it'll
it-
make any difference.
Wait,
It's probably
but
she's thick.
Feel light.
but who's going in first? Because I can cast fly on a single person.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I've got
Actually, I
Guy-
feel like
I've
casting on
got-
Evelyn.
I've got the
for
Dragon
her
Slayer
plan.
sword.
Actually,
I've
yeah,
got the
that's a good
drag-
point.
I've got the Dragon Slayer sword. Let me do it.
Just flies over the dragon.
Haha!
Let me go. Let me go
Yeah.
in first. I can fly up silently and make the first strike. That's
Can
a
you-
good idea. I like
Can
that.
you cast fly silently?
Give me a second and I'll answer you that because I don't remember and I'll check it.
And it's a concentration spell, so you'll lose protection from good and evil.
That's whatever.
Verbal,
We don't-
somatic, and...
Yeah, it is verbal and somatic.
Okay. Do you
No.
want to make a stealth check for casting that spell?
Yes.
Go
Yes, I
for
would
it.
like to.
There's no type of meta
Alright.
magic, or have you even got that one?
Yeah, I don't have that meta magic, but I
Oh,
rolled a
okay.
22 in stealth.
Damn.
Okay.
Never mind.
Nice.
So,
Alright.
mark that...
I'll go over and cast fly on him
Okay.
because I have to touch him.
Yeah, that's fine. Make sure you mark off that spell.
I thought he was gonna
Okay.
say make sure you wash your hands afterwards.
Just
How long?
There
It's
we go.
concentration, so does it last any
It's
particular...
concentration. It's concentration and up to 10 minutes.
Up to 10 minutes. Okay. Right. Carlton, you now can fly.
Okay, so I lift myself up in the air and I fly over to where the dragon is sleeping and
Just make
I
a stealth check for me, as you are
wait.
wearing armor. You're not just like, unless you're wearing armor, you've got a shield, you might not be touching the floor, but you're still moving through the air.
Okay,
is a good
alright.
point.
Here we go. I thought that would negate the need for stealth effects, but whatever.
No, it negates the need for you trying to walk on the ice.
Thankfully, that is a 19.
Okie
Thank
dokie.
God.
So, I head over and I'm going to aim for its eye,
Aim what for its eye?
my sword. So I'm gonna I'm gonna make my attack. I'm gonna drop down and I'm gonna aim to sort of thrust it in its eye.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Come on.
Here it goes.
Come on.
Natural 20!
Oh!
Interesting.
Oh!
Okay, here goes. First up, so first up 2d8 for the so that is 11 plus 12, so 23, then an extra 3d6 from the Dragon Slayer sword, which is 24, 30, 31. And then I'm also going to use Divine Smite at 2nd level, which is going to deal an extra 3d8. So on 31 at the moment, and that is an additional 37. In a total of 38 points of damage.
Carlton, did you use the extra 3d6 for...
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
So how much?
38 points of damage.
Oh my god.
So, as you silently fly across, managing to avoid making any noise whatsoever, silently slide down in front of the dragon, reach back and just aim for the eye. Your sword passes straight through, not into the eye itself, it deflects off slightly, but straight into the side of its jaw, dealing 37 points of damage. It immediately awakens.
38.
38, yeah, well, I've marked that off the sheet anyway. Ringing pain as it spreads its wings and rears up, now seeing you in front of it. Now we will all need to roll for initiative.
Moment of truth, everyone.
Oh no! I
It's an 8.
18.
I got a 6.
16.
I got a 6 too.
I got a 16.
That's an 8.
So, Harrison with an 18. Evelyn?
17.
17. Oops, that's the wrong one. 17. Felmore?
6 for Felmore.
6 for Felmore. Gioa?
6 for Malkuth. Oh.
8.
8. Carlton?
16.
16. And Malkuth?
6.
6. Okay. Right, so with that opening blast, for want of a better word, you all hear the roar as it rears up on its hind legs, looking directly at this floating form of Carlton, blood-covered sword right in front of it. Harrison, you're up. This music is not as good as I expected it to be.
Well, speaking of which, I should put some.
How much movement will it take me to get behind it?
To get what, directly behind it in melee or from range?
In melee.
In melee.
Oh.
Let's have a look. So, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35 as it currently is from you.
Right. So can I get within melee range of it with 30?
No, because it will take 35 to even get there. Because of the way Carlton is placed.
Right, in that case then I will move to behind this first pillar. Pillar.
It's fine, Link. It's okay, I've got some.
At its back.
Okay, so as soon as you step out onto the ice, I need you to make an athletics check, if you please. Is it athletics?
God, it could have been acrobatics.
Let me just double check it. It should be. I might have got that wrong. And this ice is in fact classed as difficult terrain.
Oh god damn it.
So your movement speed is basically reduced by half just for moving across it. Just so you know that one. Now. Good job, you flew, wasn't it, Carlton?
Well, that's why it was an excellent idea. That's why it was such a good idea. I liked that.
Acrobatics, it is acrobatics, which makes a lot more sense.
Which makes no difference at all, because it's 9.
9. Ooh dear. Okay, so with that, you'd set one foot onto the ice, and you just slip onto your backside and fall prone.
Oh, jeez.
Big
Ooh.
I mean, you've only slipped and fallen over. You've still got basically 25 feet of movement left, so you can still stand up. You haven't used an action yet, so you just fell on your ass and looked like an idiot.
Right, so is it an action to get up?
No, it's half your movement.
Right. So I'll use half my movement to get up, and
Yep.
I should be able to still get behind that pillar.
No, it's difficult terrain, so every square is double, so you can... It was 5 feet to get on there. Half your movement, which is 15, so that's 20, so you can move 1 square, so you can get to here.
Right.
Well,
I'll
This is
take
gonna-
a
It's not going to be too easy for you, is it, really? I mean, come on.
I'll take a pot shot with my crossbow then.
Go for it.
I got a lucky first attack on it.
Now
okay?
that is definitely gonna be 6 or 14.
Yeah, so as you pick yourself up, feeling a little bit bruised in confidence, you grab your crossbow, already loaded, take a pot shot, fire it loose, it's straight at the back, just pings off one of the scales, and just growls in annoyance, already bleeding from its face in front, glaring at Carlton. And that takes us to the dragon's turn, because it also rolled an 18.
Oh dear.
yeah.
So,
I was hoping I'd get to go first.
seeing the pain and just seeing this thing floating in front of it, it's just going to unleash a breath of freezing cold straight at you, Calton.
Alright then.
So, make a Constitution saving throw, if you please.
Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro.
That is a dirty 20.
Okay, so you take... Fuck me, that was a good roll. 29 points of cold damage. As it just breathes straight into you.
Well, that would have been a one-hit
Oh.
KO if
Yeah,
it
that-
was
that-
not a saving throw on any of us. My HP's
Oh.
56.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that was a 59.
ow.
That
Put
was-
it this way. If you've just been woken up by someone shoving a sword into your face, and you're the only thing that it can see, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Probably the
Ow, my
exact same
face,
thing.
there's a
Yeah,
sword in it.
well, you know what? I'm just. I felt that. Is that all you got, though?
It's just gonna start
Oh,
beating its wings. How far up are you off the floor?
Well, I mean, I
Oh.
would have had to have gone
Oh.
down to its head too,
So-
so I'd only be like 5 feet off.
About
the
5
floor,
feet.
I'd
So
say.
yeah, it's gonna raise itself up.
All the way.
So it is sort of basically. I want some of those combat risers that you can get, but I've got nothing so far. Let's see
that's what you can use those tubs for.
Oh, I can use one of these. So it's just gonna lift itself
Use a pudding cup.
off the
Yeah,
ground.
we've got tons of them.
We'll put it this way then. So it's now flying
Oh, that works.
5 feet off the ground. So just obviously, so it doesn't get out of your range because it wants you dead. Right, Evelyn, you're up.
Right, I'm gonna head into the room.
Okay.
Put your plan into action.
So you're heading into the room. If you would like to make an acrobatics check, please.
And put your plan into action.
That is a 9.
And now, oh my
Oh my god, what is it with the
So
knife?
as soon as you set foot on the ice, you fall flat on your ass as well.
Damn.
Right,
The
I'm
ice
gonna
is just so slick. You're just not used to anything like this.
How much have I got left?
You've probably used about 10 feet to get into the room.
Okay, I'm gonna head to the right hand side.
So you're going to stand up.
Yeah, I'm gonna head to the right hand side.
Now you've used
One
what? To where sort of Harrison is, next to Harrison.
The opposite way into the room, so we're sort of going in the opposite way.
Oh, sort of down the bottom. Oh yeah, to the right.
Yeah.
That right, I get you. So you're like against the wall, but down there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know, Link. Thank you.
I'm gonna
Lost Ark is
cast-
good fun.
It's
I'm
very
gonna
good.
cast command.
Okay.
Just reading it now. It's a saving throw of wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw. Right. Good choice.
Come on.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
How does a 1 sound?
That sounds amazing. So, I'm gonna speak the words halt, and it
Okay.
means the dragon has to stay where it is, and on its next go, it can't make an action.
Yeah, because basically it takes that action on its next go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It don't attack next go. I thought I was hoping to go before it.
DM,
That's
Oh god, here we go.
I'm just curious. Equipping a weapon, does that count as an action?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise he was the DM.
I am a DM.
Technically, yes, but what is it you wanting to do?
Oh, I was just waiting, wanting to equip my weapon on my turn.
What weapon?
One of my weapons.
One.
your quarterstaff, your
Yeah, my
grand
quarterstaff.
short sword, your.
It's just I have a plan and I need to perform an action before I can
Well,
enact
I
that.
mean, is it something that you just grab easily, just the same as the rest of the guys? I mean, you don't all walk around weapon in hand. If you're swapping from one weapon to another, that might count, but for as far as that goes, no,
Okay.
it's fine.
Damn.
I just realised.
Yeah, it doesn't cost you an action, it's fine, that's what I'm saying.
No, I technically to do a bonus action, I have to enact an action first.
Oh, okay. Oh, right, I see, you're trying to cheat the system. Right.
Punch the
I'm
ice.
planning. I'm actually planning.
Punch
Okay.
the floor, see if you can crack the ice.
Yeah, just.
Well, if I can do my plan, I won't need to worry about the ice.
Oh, flying.
Anyway, you still need to.
So, no, anyway.
The potion
Okay.
of vulnerability, don't you?
Oh, that is true.
And I
do
didn't
Anyway.
use- I didn't use the dust of disappearance.
There's no point now.
It
at this point,
didn't need
as-
to,
right
because
now there's no point.
I mean, you could use it to make somebody disappear, and then they can not be seen as they move. But yeah, it's up to you.
Malkuth, Shogo, what are you doing?
Oh, it is my go. Okay.
Right, come on.
No, it isn't. Oh, no,
It's
that's a lie. I thought, no, ignore me. You distracted me by the fact that you were doing that.
Yeah,
It's
I
still,
know, I was
it's...
just asking.
Evelyn, have you got any bonus?
No.
No? Is that your...
Hang on. I don't.
Okay, is that... Okay, Carlton, we're back up to you.
Go on, Kyle.
Alright then, okay, I
Damn
am
it.
going to charge up. Since it's an ice dragon, I am going to charge up my fire sword power, Searing Smite, at 2nd level,
Oh.
and I am going to make my first attack.
Dead.
And that is a 12 to hit.
That is a miss. So as you light up your sword, you slash at it and it just ching straight off its scales. It managed to get its arm in front of you.
Damn it. Okay, next attack is a 25 to hit.
That does hit. So it gets its arm up, but you, with your first glance off, you manage to stab it underneath the arm.
Okay. Right, here goes. So first raw damage of 11. And then, here's how Searing Smite works. Deal an extra 1d6 fire damage first. So 11 plus 6 That is, and I rolled a 6, so that is 17 points of damage.
Good job, I trust you, isn't it?
It's now on fire. At the start of each of its turns, until the spell ends, it has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
On
that's
a failed
okay then.
save, it takes 1d6 fire damage.
Constitution saving throw, you say?
Yes.
That's okay. I'm not worried about it.
So, yeah, it's now on fire.
Okay, so yes, as your flaming blade passes through it, the fire just courses up its arm, and you can see the flames start to spread up its left arm, because that's the one that's near you right now. You might not be able to see yourself, but you're there.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Okay, was that your turn?
Hang on a second.
One.
Okay. Well, I mean, I know I've used all my actions.
Well, you used your bonus
actions,
action, so.
And my action to attack it. I want it to focus on me. So.
I mean, it kind of is, but.
I'm not going to move, and I'm going to end my turn there.
Okie dokie. Gioa, you're up.
Okay, so I am going to use my bonus action to press Flame Blade,
Okay.
and then I am going to run in.
Gonna run into the room. Okay, make an acrobatics check if you please.
And that is a whopping 3.
Oh my god.
Everyone is gonna fall on their ass entering the room.
So you
What I'm gonna do is, as I say,
straight on your backside.
watch how professional
The good thing
does it,
I'm
and I
rolling
just-
well, guys, isn't it?
You need to fly. So yeah, you whoosh straight in, and just like everyone else, straight on your backside, flame blade flailing.
Does it melt any ice?
It starts to melt a little bit, but it is super thick, the ice on here. This is not natural ice.
Oh. But yeah. Ow. I would like to get up.
Okay, so you stand up. So you've probably got one step left.
I would like to take that step forwards.
So this way?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, shit. And Carlton kills it.
Good job. Good job.
Carlton successfully kills the dragon in one mighty blow.
I just saw the stream.
Actually, no, it wasn't. It was Carlton using his.
Ganlin's hand.
Carlton using his spell to summon a deity, and he just slapped it across the face.
It is.
So hard,
Carlton just basically goes, "Scared!" and slaps it.
Anything else?
Am I within?
I just made myself cough.
Yeah, it serves you right.
Yeah,
Being,
I know.
for being an overpowered paladin. Are you within 30 feet?
The paladin.
Yes.
Hey,
Then I would
I'm
like
sorry
to
that I'm rolling so
swing my
well this
flame
fight.
No, don't be. We need you to roll well in this fight.
I know.
Is it a bonus action or is it an action?
Bonus action.
Is it to cast a spell? That's quite cool. So you've cast it basically.
Yeah.
You've cast it, but it's concentration.
Yeah.
So you can let go of it, it disappears, but you're still concentrating on the spell. But you can bring it back. If you let go of the blade, it
casting
disappears.
time on bonus action.
Yeah.
Casting
Oh,
time
right,
on
fair
bonus
enough.
action.
Okay, that's okay then. Yeah, so that was a bonus action, right, go.
So then I would like to swing my sword and cast Produce Flame.
Okay, yes. So now you've stood yourself up, you've taken a step forward, you've got this blade, you just bring it out.
Oh my god, that is a 25.
That is a hit, so as you send this little flaming bolt towards the dragon, it just sort of impacts on its hide, scorching it a bit.
Dealing 10 damage.
Dealing 10 points of fiery damage on its butt. That's not bad, that. Considering that is a cantrip.
Yeah.
But it's a cool way to cast a cantrip with your flaming blade. I like it. Anything else?
No, that's the bonus there.
Felmore, you're up.
Okay. I'd like
Apparently.
to use my last third level. Actually, no. Wait, never mind. I need to get into the room first.
That would be an idea, yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you
So I'm gonna go into the room and
Yeah.
hopefully not hit my
acrobatics check if you please.
ass. Please,
Come on.
please. Nope. No, I'm gonna fall.
Every single person that has stepped into this room, it's not even a high DC, but you step in, you follow suit and fall flat on your ass.
Thank you for your fly for me avoiding doing that. Thanks much.
I know that was really fucking disappointing because that would have been an amazing way to start it off. You creep into the room, you slip, you fall, you wake it up, you all die.
Yeah, that would be.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
An amazing
I'm gonna
way
use
to
some.
start it.
I'm gonna use some movement to get up
Yep, absolutely.
and just get away from the door frame if I can.
Okay. Do you want to get in sort of line of sight, or are you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you.
like.
It's big. You can step over this side. You can step to the left of Harrison, or you can step to the right of Harrison between him and Gioa. It's up to you. You can see it from wherever you go, so it's not going to be an issue.
Alright, it just placed me somewhere then.
Okay, over that side, nearer the wall. If that helps.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
I mean, you know what I'm gonna cast, so.
Yeah.
Magic missile at level 3.
Magic
So-
missile.
Yes, and I'll use my last third level slot.
Go for it.
Alright. So that's 5 magic missiles.
Oof. Well, you're rolling back. Oh, there we go. That's about as well as I rolled. Oh, no, never mind. Well, I used my first level wizard on Wednesday, and 5 out of 6 rolls were ones.
Oh.
So that's
So
5,
we have a
10,
5.
15, 19 points of damage from these magic missiles. These fucking purple dragons are not going to last.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
and then
as
I'm
you
gonna...
push yourself up off the ice, brush it off, you just hold your palm out, and all these 5 points of energy streak towards it, impacting where the target which was lit up from Gioa, and it's back, and you just hear it roar in pain as it's starting to lower itself back down to the ground again,
Power of teamwork.
under the influence of Evelyn's spell.
Then I would like to use Quicken Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Quicken spell to cast another magic missile. This time at 2nd level, because I don't have any more 3rd level slots. So that's only 4 dice.
Whatever.
Okay.
I knew this would go one of 2 ways.
We either instantly die or instantly
So
kill.
16.
Another
That's
16 points.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Okay, so this thing is looking super beat up right now already. It's that taking a fucking crit to the face
Actually, yes.
without it being able to do anything.
Hilma was pissed that he bumped his ass.
It's like, it's all your fault.
To be fair, this campaign is made for basic characters.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
made for
It's a beginner campaign.
sorcerers and monks and paladins and rangers. It's made for fighter, wizard, cleric, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Basic
get it.
classes.
Yeah. And 4, I think. But
I mean, I'm
I didn't know
actually
how
really
to add to it without making it stupid. This last bit.
Yeah,
But anyway.
that's
Anyway,
fine.
let's not take away from the fun.
I'm having a
Malkuth.
blast.
This does.
Malkuth. I'm not. I hate you all. Malkuth, it's your go.
So, with my movement speed of 45, if I make the acrobatics check, would I be able to get into melee range?
No.
With the
Because
no.
it's still difficult terrain. Unless you can somehow monk shit ignore difficult terrain.
could slide across the ice like a penguin.
So I'm
Shut
gonna
up.
use Potion of Invulnerability to count as my action.
Okay.
And then
I'm
I'm gonna
gonna-
spend a...
No, carry on. I'm just gonna check on your bullshit. I mean, monk shit. Here we go.
Because...
Here we go.
You see what I'm planning to do, don't you?
Not yet, but I think I've got an idea.
So because I've used my action, I can now spend a key point to use a bonus action to do dash using Step of the Wind, instead, which then allows me to use a Wings Unfurled, which now for the rest of my turn, I am now flying. And because I haven't moved yet and I have dash, I want to get as close to the dragon as possible.
Okay, when you use your Step of the Wind, you can unfurl flying speed equal to your walking speed. So, okay, you'll have used 10 feet to get into... Right, so you use your action, you neck your potion, you do your Step of the Wind, you got your wings, so you're now flying 10 feet in, so you got 35 feet left from inside here. So... fly over these guys. 5,
probably
10,
nasty
15,
because
20.
the potion is described to look like
25.
liquefied iron.
Oh,
There you go.
probably tastes like
So yes, you can get here, right next to it.
I want to get as close to it as possible.
You are in melee range.
I am.
Why?
Unfortunately, because all my other bonus actions require the attack action, I can't actually do anything. So I'm now at least in melee range, and I have
You can do
damage resist.
You can do a straight up unarmed strike as a bonus action.
Oh yeah, I can. Oh.
punch it in the face.
Oh.
No,
Oh, never
that
mind.
says I have to. Yeah, I have to take an attack action. Yeah.
What, flurry of blows? Yeah. Yeah.
No, all of them.
Unarmed strike?
Yeah.
Oh,
when you use
right,
the
okay,
attack
yeah.
action, yeah.
Fair enough. I just thought you could, because it seems weird. Alright, so
So
you're
let
done.
me just- yes, I am done for now.
Okay. Harrison, you're back with us.
Right, so is there any way I can do a 20-foot sphere without hitting either of those two?
A 20-foot spear? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Throwing it, I'm guessing.
Basically, I'm taking charges off my necklace and gonna hurl firebolts at it.
Oh, okay.
A 20-foot sphere, not spear.
Sphere, yeah.
Oh, right, okay. I thought you said spear. And when you say firebolt, you mean fireball.
Fireballs, yeah.
Fireballs.
Yeah, fireball is quite large.
So, when you say 20 foot,
It says it's a
20-foot radius, yes. So you're talking.
So is there any way I can focus
You're talking
it on the
this. This size as radius. This is
Yeah,
rather
it's
large.
What?
Yeah, fireball is really large.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is there any way I can get the dragon without hitting them too?
The very tip of its wing.
Yeah.
The corner of the room would do it, wouldn't it?
The corner of
Don't
the room
worry, if
would-
you hit me, I can take it.
I don't think so. Not what happened.
He says
at the
that half
party.
health.
Yeah, if you do sort of. Do you have to see the point of impact? Do you have to see the point of impact?
Sorry.
I think we do.
Yeah, because most
Jesus Christ.
You can do it in
Says
front of
to
it.
a point you choose within range.
If you do it in front of it here, you could get it. Like that. You could get it without hitting anybody. You can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Yep. Right, so I'm going to take 3 beads off the necklace, and I'm going to cast Fireball at
3
5th level.
3 beads.
you can do
Fireball
that.
at 5th level. Ow.
And prepare for death.
And it has to make a dexterity saving throw.
You might as well just kill it now.
Yeah. Say how you.
3.
Say how you want to do this. No,
3.
How do you want to do
I could get all ones.
I mean, the damage increases by d6, if I remember correctly, per level up from level 3.
Yeah. That's 34 points of damage.
So, as you grab these beads, you can use more than one at a time, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can use as many as I want.
Just for the full thing.
And hurl them into this space. You see just these 3 tiny glowing beads just arc through the air. And all of a sudden, this massive eruption of flame just appears in front of the dragon, and as its head's leaning in towards Carlton to go and bite down from the previous jet of cold, it's just blackened and singed and burnt, screaming in pain and rage and roaring at the fact that it's going to get its ass kicked before it gets to do anything else. How many? 34 points of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fucking hurt.
I'm not gonna get to do anything, am I?
It can do a dex.
Yeah, it did a dexterity save.
Oh.
And it rolled a 3 because my rolls are absolutely shite tonight. I know what I have to do for future encounters against you bullshitters.
But I just want to point out, just remember what our first encounters were like, where we all nearly died straight away.
Yeah, you're having them every week.
Earned this.
Not to mention how long Malkith was running around naked.
We've improved.
You're having them every week. No magic items are going to be found anywhere.
Hey, I haven't used really any magic.
You hadn't done out yet. What are you on about?
I never got a magic item.
Magic.
Yeah, absolutely. But you won't have a chance to use it.
Or a magic item, but okay.
So, is that your go?
I have the wondrous staff and I have.
That's my go, yeah.
Okay, cool. That was incredibly cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, we're back to the dragon. As it tries, it's about to rip into Carlton once more, and you can just see. Oh, you motherfucker!
It can't do anything.
It can't do anything. Oh yeah, I know that. That's what I'm trying to get to. But I tried to do the roll to get its breath weapon back, but never mind, eh? Just turn around and fucking belch on all of you.
And remember, it has to take 1d6 fire damage as well.
I think you'll find it gets to take a saving throw first. But if you'd let me get to that bit, let me have something. So as it's straining to lash out at Carlton, you can just see Evelyn in the background doing whatever ranger crap she's doing, and it just sort of stops and it lowers its wings and it sort of lowers itself back down to the ground and just stops doing anything. Look of confusion in its eyes. As it checks against for fuck's sake, and rolls a 14 for its Constitution saving throw.
That actually passes.
Oh, bloody hell!
It's only 13.
Oh, okay.
For that.
So,
So that
still on
actually
fire, but
passes.
the fire doesn't manage to hurt it this time.
It's-
And that brings us.
The spell's ended now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, command only lasts 1 round as well.
Yeah,
It's ended.
I know that bit, but I won't worry about it. Because it's your turn again, Evelyn.
Right, I'm gonna cast Raise Sickness at 2nd level.
Are you a ranger?
I'm a
No.
ranger with a cleric level.
Oh, okay.
Cleric.
Fucking multiclassing bullshit. Go for it.
It's not ranger, it's
Love
cleric
multiclass.
That's an 8
An 8 what?
to hit.
to hit.
Okay. What does describe your spell? I have no idea what Ray of Sickness is.
A ray of sickish green energy lashes out towards a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target.
Okay, so you've only just learnt this spell, so you're not entirely sure how it works. So you're gathering the energy and release it, but it just arcs straight over the top of its head as it lowers itself down from your previous spell, missing completely. Anything else you would like to do?
As I don't know if it's worth doing because it might be dead by the time he gets back around to me.
If you're gonna end it. Don't put anything off. It's the dragon. If it gets one turn, it could decimate you all.
No, I'm just thinking about using my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark, but I don't know if there'll be any point. Oh, I'll just cast Hunter's Mark then at level 1.
Hey, look! I've got one that says Hunter's Mark on it. We'll put that back on, shall we?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I've cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay. Would you like to do any movement?
Oh yeah, not that.
Wait, we can move?
Right, I'll head further around to the right hand side.
Okay, make an acrobatics check, please.
I forgot about that.
God, I hate that ice.
That is 14.
14, yeah. So this time, you know, this is ice. You gotta be careful. So, but it's still dangerous terrain, so you still move 5, 10, 15 feet further down.
Would I move 15 and a half technically?
And a half. There you go.
I've always liked to play with fire.
No, that's
Alright,
me.
Giowa.
Can't take my thing.
No, I'm listening to music. I'm sorry.
You will be. Right, that's your turn. Carlton, yoga.
Okay.
And we just already won.
I'm just gonna attack it again.
You do surprise me. I mean, the thing
that
that...
is a 26 to hit.
Oh!
Roll for damage.
Okay, and I'm going to use Divine Smite at first level. So that's another 2d8 on top of my. So raw damage, raw slashing damage. That is 7, and then an additional 2d8 on top of that. So 11
Jesus.
and 7. That is 18 points of damage in total.
Okay, that's attack number 1.
Next attack
That's just number 1.
is a 27 to hit,
Oh my god.
and Divine Smite again. So slashing damage is 13 plus another 2d8. That is 20 plus 1 more. 23 points of damage.
Describe to me how you would like to finish this dragon.
That was done before the second round was even over. Jesus Christ. Kill a fucking dragon!
Wait, did Malkuth not do anything?
Oh yeah, Malkuth drunk a potion.
Yeah, Malkuth drunk a potion and that's it.
I'm going to finish it off Skyrim style. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lower myself down to its head in my flight, and then I'm gonna do 1 slash to the face, then I'm gonna climb on top of its head, wrestle it, and then I'm going to stab it a few times in the head, and then I'm going to jump off its head, spin 90 degrees, and slash it down.
Oh!
Jump off its head, spin 19 degrees. What?
90.
Spin 180 degrees.
Spin 90 degrees and slash into the air.
And just slash it down onto the floor. So it's like the Skyrim finishing move, basically, is what I'm doing.
So yeah, you guys all see this happen as Carlton, that's his name, uses this flight to give himself a bit of extra dexterity, running on top of it, hacking it, slashing it, jumping down, spinning and straight across its face as it just rears back and just collapses straight down between you and Malkuth, who just got there and was like ready to go and sees it dead and just like, what the fuck?
The fuck, man? Like, the fuck, dude? What the hell?
And its wings fall off, and it just collapses dead and takes out Malkuth while it's at it.
We defeat this thing.
We took out a dragon, everybody. We did it.
And as you are celebrating, you hear this loud roar as Daddy comes to see what you've done to its. No, I'm kidding.
No way. We're getting the hell out of there if that's the case.
Just pass me the Night King on the Icy Viserion, please. I'm kidding.
I don't know what that is.
It's the big dragon at the bottom with the Night King.
I think that after seeing what Sir Joe just did, Felmo's just gonna shed a tear of just being purely proud of what's his name, Carlson.
We just killed a dragon.
We did it. Dragon.
No. You destroyed a dragon.
I was run over to it and just.
I feel like
hit it with my foot.
I feel like we should all take a trophy from it.
Yes. Also, you know, to prove that we killed it.
Yeah. So.
It might have done better if I painted the bloody thing.
I call.
Wait,
what did you say? Wait. What did you say, Harrison?
I said we can harvest it. For things like scales make armor.
Yeah.
All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the head. Wait, hang on a minute. The head's probably the size of me.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So...
Yeah, pretty much.
Take its eye. Take its eye. It's so fitting.
The head is a bit battered after your finishing move as well.
I'm going to get my bottle of mushroom wine out and empty it all over the floor.
Okay.
And I'm going to fill it with some blood.
Okay.
Alright,
right.
What I am going to do is...
Make a medicine check for me. Just, hold on. Let Harrison do this bit first.
Okay,
Make a medicine check for me, please, Harrison. I mean, it's not gonna be hard. But I want you to roll something anyway, so I can at least let you fail on something. God damn it. Yeah. I mean, the amount of blood that's seeping out from the head and neck area, you just tip this wine out and just shove it straight in and it fills up. You unstopper it. You now have a nice, full, gleaming bottle of dragon blood.
I am going to
for a necklace.
Oh, sorry.
Whatever.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Just to be fair with that check, I reckon you can just jab your rapier in a few times and grab a tooth out of the mouth.
And I'm going to use my sword, and I'm going to cut off one of its claws.
Easy enough.
And that's going to be my trophy.
Yep, easy enough to do.
Question: how big is the tail?
The tail.
Big.
It's big. It's judging by the size of you guys, it's at least 20-30 feet long.
Yeah.
This isn't Monster Hunter.
Cal, why don't you get some scales, because you might be able to make some armor out of them, or get somebody to make it for you.
Well,
just try and rip out one of its horns.
The thing is, I don't think any of us would know how to safely remove scales without destroying their worth in terms of crafting armor. So
you don't know unless you try.
I feel like
I'm gonna try to remove some scales.
Okay. I wouldn't.
Well, whether we knew or not, we'd have a go at hacking them off, wouldn't we?
Yeah. Okay.
Now we've killed it, we're going to have a go at chopping it to fucking pieces, aren't we?
Yeah. No, I would like
Let's
to
see how it goes then.
Right, so who wants to try and grab some scales from it?
Yes.
Some
I don't
intact
I just
scales.
Try and help,
Yeah, I would like to try to grab some intact scales.
Okay.
I would like kind of get my sickle.
So Gioa is offering to help. So anybody that is wanting to try and acquire some skills, make a medicine check with advantage because Gioa's just offering to help anybody that wants to grab some.
17.
Okay.
10.
With advantage?
Yeah, 17 with advantage.
10. No, I mean the 10.
Yeah, it's an 8
Oh, okay.
I mean that's all right because you okay. So you get a good like armful of skills from it that are fairly solid. Evelyn, you managed to get 2 or 3 fairly large skills. You might be able to fashion something from them.
Like, I was just thinking that I was trying to like help by like putting my sickle under it and just like.
But Felmore's just like there with a armful, just like, look what I got.
This isn't Felmore's first time harvesting scales.
How do you think I learn all this research?
Exactly.
I can just imagine.
It's what he's been doing it's what he's been doing while he was gone all this time, just harvesting dragons.
That's how you got so strong. You were just murdering dragons.
Nah. You got it wrong. They were already dead. He was just doing the harvesting job.
For a second there, I thought you were just gonna say, "Oh no, they were alive." Just like harvesting the scales of living dragons.
Yeah, I don't think he would survive that.
But yeah, I'd like to just try and rip off one of his horns.
Rip off a horn.
Yeah.
This.
Just like grab it and rip it off.
So
Make
how
your
many
own
scales
medicine check. Well, it depends on the size of them. You just just call it a sack full of dragon scales.
Okay, that's a 9.
You snap it.
I'll give you
try and pull an
advantage,
intact.
Gioa.
Oh, okay. Harrison.
Assist you.
Harrison is going to assist.
Oh, not 20.
So as you manage to snap one of the horns with your new
Strength.
ogre strength for a 12-year-old, Harrison comes along and is like, hold on, let's have a go at one of the other ones, and starts digging away with the rapier, and you just yank and you get a full like 2-foot dragon horn.
Oh, this is big. Oh, it's awesome.
Add that to your inventory. Custom item, just dragon horn.
I wonder if we could harvest its heart.
That would be.
I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery at the dead dragon.
Why?
Oh my god.
Yeah, you suck.
I never got a chance to use Vicious Mockery, so I would like the chance to properly. So I'd like the chance to at least do it one time before this campaign finishes.
The dragon zombifies.
Funny you should say that.
So I point at it, and with my Vicious Mockery style, I say, "Hey, you have a small penis."
Oh my god.
It automatically fails its saving throw. Roll for damage.
Are we actually doing this? All right,
You want to do it, so you get it done.
All right then. That is maximum of 8 damage.
You're just a fucking damaging beast, you aren't you? So as you cast this spell and insult it one last time, you just see it shudder, and the back of its neck cracks a bit further from where you hacked at it already. And just this gout of blood just spurts out and slaps you in the face.
I would actually like to try to see if I can harvest the heart of the dragon.
Okay.
I would like to help, because I just imagine, you know, kind of.
What are you going to use to try and do this?
I have a dagger, I believe.
I have a scimitar and a
Yeah,
sickle.
I have 2 daggers, so I'll use my daggers.
I'll
Okay.
help with my scimitar and sickle. I'll pass my sickle to Thelmor and say,
Right.
"Use this instead."
So,
A medicine check with advantage, because yes, we know you are fucking helping.
18.
Okay, this is not easy at all. So you go for where you imagine it would be. As you're digging in past the scales in its chest, you're just carving them open between the two of you. Open it up, you see the rib cage there. You're like, fuck, look at the size of that thing. He starts hacking at it with this mace, cracks it, and you hear this squelch as the mace, with his newfound strength, just passes straight through this rib cage, and you can see impacts into where the heart would have been. It is now damaged, but you do manage to get it out. But it is now sort of split up near the top, got a big crack down it from where the mace impacted it, and some of the muscle is all what's the best word, tenderized. But yeah, you do get this rather large dragon heart split around the top, bashed in at one side, but it is there, it is whole, it's just damaged.
Right, I'm gonna use my bed rule to cover it up.
Okay.
Because I don't have a sack or anything.
You may need that to sleep on though, because we
Nah.
have got a long journey.
Nah, I'll be fine.
It's fine.
I mean, there were a few others back in near the stables.
Actually, yeah, we'll just get those.
Yeah. So, do I add a dragon heart to my inventory?
Yeah, go for it. Put damaged.
Okay, damaged dragon heart.
Has everyone finished hacking away at the dragon, or
Has everyone finished mutilating your victory?
I haven't touched the damn thing, and I don't plan to.
Yeah, you're too busy chowing down on your carrion worm steaks.
That got buried. That got buried many sections ago.
I remember that.
I can just imagine Fillmore covered in blood, like.
Right, can I make an investigation to see if there's anything else on this roundabout or
Yeah, go for it.
about? Alright. I guess that's a no then. That's a 4.
Would have been really cool as well, but hey, there we go. As you
To help them.
go on then,
Roll again, I'm helping.
is Gio's gonna help you?
And that's a 7.
Yeah.
It's still
He's
better,
too
though.
he's too euphoric about chopping this dragon to pieces because, you know, he's a druid.
Yeah, I can just imagine, like, you're just walking inside of the dragon corpse trying to get the heart out.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, as you gingerly cast your eye around the place, you know, carefully walking around on this frozen layer. It's a good 2-3 inches thick, this ice on top of this fortress. You do spy down the bottom of one of these, what you can now see are chimneys coming out of the roof. There's this little leather sack containing coin. And when you finally have a chance to have a look through it some point in the near distant future, you can see it does have, it's got about 450 copper pieces
I thought we were going to say gold then.
and 182 silver pieces.
Right.
But that's about all you can find up there.
Right, okay. So no piles of gold or anything?
No, there doesn't seem to be what would constitute a horde as such.
I mean,
It's not been here for long.
Dragon.
Yeah, otherwise you'd have had a bit of trouble.
Yeah, so it's still young. Or it was still young, to be specific.
Was young. Now
it'll stay young.
Those bandits or whatever, they would have been a bit pissed off when they came up here and found fuck.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. We should have let them come in and be eaten by the dragon.
Yeah.
Should we head back?
I should have listened. Basically, I should have listened to the D&D Beyond encounter creator. I think when it said it said it was trivial.
Too easy.
Yeah, it said this encounter was trivial, but it didn't take into account the scene. So I thought that might have had some effect, but then you go and cast fucking fly, don't you? So never mind. Anyway, breaking the immersion slightly there. I'm just annoyed I didn't get to do anything at all. I had no. To be fair to you guys, I did have a sneaking suspicion that you would absolutely destroy this thing, especially with the last few battles that we've had.
Yeah, I saw while we were battling your face. In the end, it was just pure annoyance.
No, it was more like, well, I can't do it. Just get it on.
I was gonna throw all fireballs at it, but we were saying it was pretty damaged. I thought, nah, it'll do.
Okay, so butchered, destroyed, dead. Harvested. You are now coming down from the elation of your victory as the cold is seeping in again, as the adrenaline starts to fade away. You, Carlton, you are definitely feeling the cold as there are bits of ice and frost all over your armor and your skin. Some of it, you're not sure if it's starting to turn a bit black from that instant impact from the frost breath straight into your face.
I use all my lay on hands to heal 25 HP.
Okie doke. Good job I got a picture of the encounter before you healed yourself. It's like, the only person that took damage in this fight. And that was that.
Imagine taking damage.
Imagine not falling over.
I mean, technically, I could have avoided it as well by using instead of my magic missile, I could have cast a fly again on myself. But you know.
Yeah. I should have gone for an 8. Should have gone for an 8, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
No.
No, you definitely shouldn't have.
Nah, you should have just, you should have just scrapped the dragon altogether and just gone for Tyrax.
Ancient golden dragon. Let's go. Ancient golden dragon with 7 legendary actions. Let's go.
What?
Yeah.
We can take that easily.
So don't little ones have legendary actions as well?
No.
Oh, I was wondering why.
No, we'd have to be like a much higher level for that to.
Not necessarily.
For dragons, I believe it has to be an adult, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I was wondering why.
But I might be wrong.
I mean, I should have given it a couple of legendary resistances against you guys, but hey, there you go.
Just against us, just us. Like,
no, just to make it a bit more of an interesting encounter.
Yeah.
But this is all stuff that I can take away and use for the homebrew.
Yeah, again, it's gonna be great for the homebrew. Also, I'm really excited for the homebrew because I've never played a bard before.
Cool. And
So-
we get to do a session 0 for this one as well. But
Ooh.
we're running it away from this campaign again. So we're back in the room. We're all gathering ourselves together, feeling the cold. Gonna head back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna head straight back.
Yes!
Yeah.
We need
Okay.
a celebratory drinking competition.
Wait, hang on a minute. First, we've got to let the people know they're safe.
Yeah. Let's just walk in.
Competition.
Let's just walk in, like, with all of our trophies just raised in the air, just shouting, "We killed a fucking dragon!"
Will you give it a rest? Yes. Thank
I
you.
mean, if Felma wasn't red before, he certainly is now.
Right, so it takes you the rest of the day to, because it's getting about 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So it takes you the rest of the day. You make your way back down through the fortress. Now you kind of know the way. Back down the path.
Oh, are we taking the horses?
Yeah.
Yeah, may as well.
Yeah. As you're sort of working your way through, you find a couple of extra backpacks or sacks along the way, so you can not just walk around with this big pile of dragon scales that Felmor's got.
What do you mean? I just have them in what's called the magical inventory.
Yes, exactly.
God.
They weigh at least 200 pounds.
They don't have any weight right now, but all right.
No, they would weigh a fair amount, especially dragon. Well, actually, no, they probably wouldn't weigh that much, would they? Dragon scales.
I mean, technically, I could still carry them with 200 pounds, but
Yeah, I know,
How
but
much
it's
would
all
my
good.
horn weigh?
The horn, I don't know, maybe about 20 pounds, something like that.
I thought for some reason my first instinct was 20 pounds.
So yeah, you make it about maybe 10 miles from the mountains before night starts to fall,
all right.
which leaves you about maybe 20 miles away from Fandalen.
Set up camp then for the night.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So you set up camp, you set up your watch, your watches pass without issue. You wake up next morning feeling refreshed after a long rest.
Yes.
So yeah, if you all want to check that one off. And then you
Fair
spend the rest of the day. Weirdly enough, the weather has improved a lot. So the sun's shining, there's a few wispy white clouds going through. It's lovely, warm, sort of spring.
Birds chirping.
Birds chirping.
Birds are singing, flowers are blooming.
There's a pollen flying through the air for those of you that are that are allergic to such things.
Idea for my
Yeah,
character.
a druid with a hay fever. Oh, that would be perfect.
In the distance,
I
you
think
hear
somebody's-
Snow White singing.
No, please, not anyone but Snow White. Her singing voice is horrible. Oh. Well, I say anyone, but never mind it.
Tarzan.
Ironically, I'm the one that's saying I'm not going there.
So,
All right. In the distance, you hear Fiona singing.
Are you just the birds popping? Are you rolling to see if the dragon will fight?
I'm rolling to see if I'm going to do anything else to you lot. I'm not rolling at all, I just wanted to make a rattling noise.
Yeah, don't forget to roll to see if the dragon attacks us.
Oh yeah, the real dragon, I forgot about that.
What?
Okay,
That was just a decoy,
so
that was actually an illusion.
There's people dressed
Oh
up.
god.
you wake up in the morning,
It was just,
bright,
like, 7
nice
people in a trench
day,
coat.
carry on your travel, 2 new horses with you. Are you sharing these horses, or are you just using them as pack horses, or...
Just using them as pack horses.
Oh,
Sell them.
why can't we just
Well, you don't
use
know
that
where-
I will be a horse as well.
How about you just chop?
Oof. Big oof.
Yeah, you do the rest of the 20 miles back to Fandalen. Get there just as it's The sun's starting to set. Night is starting to creep in. There's still a few people going around town. They see you arrive. You know, a little bit more refreshed and scraped away the dried dragon's blood that most of you are wearing from butchering the damn thing.
Yeah, I was about to ask about that. How are people reacting to us covered in dry dragon blood?
Prestidigitation. They're all giving you strange looks, but it's you know, it's only lit by the odd torch and lantern light, so it's not bright daylight anymore. No, it was 20 miles out, so it took you a full day's walk to get there.
So, okay, so I just say, okay guys, let's just whisper. I just say, okay guys, let's reveal that we killed the dragon in like the afternoon tomorrow, instead of in like the middle of the night.
Well, no, I think they would want to know straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then if we do it in the afternoon, then we can make a big spectacle of it. Whereas now,
people will come. No, they're not. It's well, how is it like?
It's early evening. No, it's early evening. The sun's only starting to set now.
So it's the perfect time then.
Okay.
Perfect time to do it.
Okay, if we do it, then we need to go to the center of Fanning. And then raise our
Well,
trophies
do you know what? I think it would be better if somebody that's like with visitors to the town. So I think it would be better if somebody who has lived there all his or her life did it.
Or
what about telling the mayor?
Yeah. Or we could like do it as a rumor, where we tell the tavern keep and tell him to spread a rumor about us killing the dragon.
Just go and tell the mayor.
Yeah. Let's do it. Right. We head over to Townmaster Harbin's place.
Okie dokie.
And we knock on the door.
I'm going to say he's knocking on the door before you even get there. I've lost my notebook.
Turns out having lost is just like a 10 years.
Hello! Hello!
It's actually a dog.
Hello! Yes, who is it?
It's us.
It's us.
We killed the dragon.
What? I don't believe you.
We have trophies.
You have trophies?
Yeah, I show him the claw that I severed.
How do you show him? He's likes to hide behind the door. See?
Wait, open the door and come and have a look. We have proof.
Make a persuasion check for me.
I am helping as well.
Technically
okay,
you are, so with advantage because.
Okay.
Hold on.
Hang on a second. What is my persuasion? It's plus 5. 16.
Okay, so you hear silence for a minute as he's kind of pondering, and then you eventually hear the and the door opens, and you see before you stood in fine clothes a fairly short male human, long white beard just cascading down, sort of swept back white hair tied in a ponytail behind, glasses pinched on his nose, just resting on the bridge of his nose, very well dressed. Yes, prove it then. Show me what? Yes, your trophies.
I show him one of my one of the claws that I picked up.
Okay, Gio's got the horn.
Yeah, I'm gonna show the heart.
Still beating.
So, what were you showing again, Carlton?
A claw.
A claw.
I took a claw.
You've got the claw. It's sort of the dried end. You can see formed at least maybe a half a foot, 6 inches long in your hand. Gio presents this huge horn from its head, 2 foot long horn, just holding it out in front of him, and then Felmore steps up with this bloody bedroll and just unwraps it, and you can see this huge damaged dragon heart, and his eyes just widen as he takes a step back from you.
Turns out it's just still beating in his hand.
Yeah, Felmore can't stop smiling while holding the dragon heart. And it's not a friendly smile, it's a little bit of a creepy smile.
He kind of, he looks around at all the trophies and just has a cursory glance towards Malkuth. And just as you notice, he's looking at you. He's like, looks back.
Does he just closes the door after seeing Malkuth like...
No.
What happened?
We were showing the town master all our trophies, and he noticed you didn't have one.
Yeah, one.
No, he sees the it's like the fact the Dragonborn and all the parts of the dragon, and just kind of looks at you like, is this not bothering you? And just looks back again as soon as he sees that you notice. And he's like, oh,
it wasn't my relative.
My God.
That's exactly what I say. Malchus was just like, wasn't my relative.
I can't believe you actually did this. Oh, happy day. And he just sort of sinks.
I just realized that's the longest sentence Malchus has said whole campaign.
Malchus, the silent.
Velma looks at Malchus in shock, like, you speak?
Dude, seriously.
How do you think I've ordered my food?
He just sinks to his knees, and you can see tears streaking down his face as he's just smiling so much. He looks so relieved, like the fear and everything from the past few weeks and months is just leaving his body with relief. And then eventually he stands up and he offers his hand to shake whoever.
Carlton, you are the leader.
Yeah, so I'll take that handshake.
He just grabbed your hand and he's just shaking and shaking. Thank you so much. I can't believe it.
It's okay. I'm just doing my job.
So he's like, wait, I need a reward. I'll be right back. So he heads inside his house, doesn't even shut the door, just zips back in. And after a couple of minutes, you can see he comes back out with these 2 sacks in his hands, and he offers them to you all. You can hear the clink of coin.
What was that?
Okay.
And upon counting, you can see in each bag there is 100 platinum.
What?
Oh.
That's 200 platinum.
And he's just like, you deserve this so much. We can finally live in peace again after my voice changes all the time. I can't believe it. Thank you so much. I don't believe it.
Sparky, he's no longer scared, so his voice is no longer in terror. That's why his voice changes.
I don't bloody believe it.
So yeah, each of us, I think each of us gets 33 platinum, and one of us gets 34.
How much platinum?
33, and then
200.
One of us gets 34.
I would like 34, considering I'm the one with the least amount of money, considering I've been gone for a while.
Okay, yeah, you can claim it. Really, I was just the first to claim the...
Sorry, I missed...
33 platinum. 33.
33, okay.
So I put it into a calculator, it was 33.3 recurring.
Dirty tree.
So yeah, it's 33.3 recurring, so might as well.
Also, from the
I have a total of 48 now, because I barely touched my money.
Say that again, Evelyn.
From the money we found at the
Yeah, I was just trying to work it out.
dragon,
Oh,
that's
he worked
62 copper and 75 silver.
Okay.
Right.
Each.
So, considering a gold piece in D&D is worth $217 US, how much money did we just earn?
Oh my god.
A lot.
So one gold piece is 270.
Yeah.
So
The rich.
That's 217 times 200. So that's 4,000.
217 times 200. That's 43,400. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, 43,400.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Oh, okay. Good job we don't deal in dollars then, really, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Right, team. I feel like we should go celebrate.
Yes.
So, beer, anyone?
Hell
To
yeah!
the tavern.
Oh, don't forget the beer.
Guys, guys, drinking game tonight?
Hell yes!
Before we get drunk, I feel like we need to talk about what we're gonna do after this because our mission's done.
Another thing
so
we
what
should
do
do before. Another thing we should do before getting drunk: take a shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Do they have showers, baths?
Okay, bath. I'm sorry.
Okay. To the tavern then, team.
To the tavern!
We head to the tavern.
Okay.
I would like to.
Rage.
Yes. I would like to. I want to slam the horn on the deck, on the countertop, but without doing it like exceptionally hard with my newfound strength. So I'll just like, kind of like this. Just like slam the horn on the countertop like that.
Actually,
On the countertop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ha!
Sparky,
Yep.
how would the entire tavern react to the fact that we just entered the tavern while covered in dragon's blood?
Yeah, that's a good point.
At this time of night, they just look like you're an oddity because they're used to you guys by now. So, yeah, especially the tavern keepers. Hey, welcome, welcome, come in, come in.
We did it.
What
Guess what we
on
just did.
earth have you been up to?
We did it.
What did you do?
We killed the dragon.
You killed the dragon?
Yeah.
Oh, blessed be to the party. Drinks on the house from me to you.
Yes.
Thelma goes up to the barkeeper and like, I would like a bath before drinking.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
Actually, yeah.
We
same,
all
please.
need baths.
Yeah, that would be
Definitely.
really nice.
That definitely something you need to do. I wholeheartedly agree with you. I'll get the staff to start drawing baths in rooms. No charge for tonight, no charge at all. It's not a problem. I've gone Irish. Why have I gone Irish? I don't know.
Everybody, we need
You
to.
broke
we
the
need
DM.
We need to sit down. We need to talk about what we're gonna do now, because our time here's done. We need a kind of epilogue for our characters.
All right.
So, I was thinking about this, and I was thinking that since I sort of had a very caring way towards Giola, I was gonna offer to for Giola to come with and kind of adopt him. So is that something that Giola you'd like to do, Giola?
I mean, I have parents, but.
But have we seen them?
I have.
No.
I have.
Anyway, he
What
has,
kind of
yeah.
I didn't realize that. I thought you were.
What kind of parents just leave their child?
I didn't realize you had parents.
The type of parents who did that themselves.
I didn't realize you had parents. I thought you were. I thought you were an orphan.
No, I don't actually have a tragic backstory. I'm a D&D characters that doesn't have a tragic backstory.
Okay. All right. Well, would you like to Would you like to travel with me for a bit until you can return to your parents?
Hell
Will I come
yeah.
with you?
And I would also like to invite you to come see my village when I return.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm happy to help you on your way back.
Hell yeah.
Okay, we'll do that then, and then I'm going to well, let's see. What am I going to do? I guess I'll carry on. I guess I'll carry on to another town that perhaps has problems that need solving, and I'll keep trying to solve those problems. Maybe on the way, keep working on my performance skills, and perhaps maybe see if I can return to my family, see what they think, see if we can make amends. That's probably what I will do after I tell Skio and get back, because it'd be wrong for him to go on his own. What about you, Harrison? What do you think you're gonna do?
Well, I'll probably continue down the coast. I've been just taking odd jobs because I've still got some personal business that needs sorting out.
Yeah? And how about you, Evelyn? What do you think you'll do?
Long nap? I don't know.
It's a long nap.
And Malkith? What were you thinking?
Continue my journey hunting down evil.
And Thelma?
Bit different to mine.
Well, I was thinking of setting up a research facility here in town and stay here.
Okay. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I might come visit you next.
Yeah.
Feel free to, Gawa.
Okay. Well, everybody, it's been an absolute honour to be a adventuring party with all of you.
It really is.
Indeed, it has.
It is indeed.
I hold well.
All been tolerable.
I guess I don't. We don't have any chugs at the moment because we need to take baths first. Right. We'll take baths, and then I don't mind joining you for a drinking game this time.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Right.
Okay,
everybody
let's
go take a bath.
Okay.
Yeah. You all go take your baths, clean yourselves up. Don't you have prestidigitation?
I do.
Yeah, I mean, you could have used that, but whatever.
I know, but you know, a good bath never hurts anyone.
Yeah, good bath.
Unless he drowned.
Actually, yeah.
Unless you're
Like
Evelyn, yeah.
did that one time.
Almost Irish. Yeah, fair point, Evelyn, fair point. It just went all over the place. It just travelled the entirety of the UK and came back somewhere, but I don't know where. So yeah, you all take your baths, refresh yourselves, you know, prepare, put on your clothes again, come back down, ready for a full-on
Actually,
drinking
you're right, I do have
battle.
prestidigitation. I'm gonna use prestidigitation to clean my clothes.
Can you do the same to us, the rest of us?
Yes.
I mean,
So yeah,
I
you-
can, it's a cantrip. I just prestidigitation.
So you just, and all the just dust and muck and everything just crumbles off and falls into dust on the floor from everybody as you all gather round and finish off as you started with a wonderful drinking game. So you order your drinks from. Is everybody taking part in this one?
Yeah.
Because I have something I have planned.
The first
Oh
time.
God, get in.
Malchus, are you gonna monk shit?
Time.
There's
No, it has nothing to do for monks. Oh, God.
There's no cheating allowed.
Someone
No,
big
there's no
out.
cheating. I just have something planned.
Okay, so okay.
Okay.
Okay, so right, let's get this done. So this one will be 2 failures.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Actually,
What are we?
2 fails and you are out.
Are we just rolling regular dice?
No, we're rolling con save if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
So is it like below a 10's a fail, above a success?
Lowest is the fail.
Oh yeah.
Lowest is the fail. So you order the drinks from the barkeeper. Brings over the good stuff for you guys. So you see this bottle. It's got cork in the top, wax seal around it. You see the dust and the cobwebs. It's got a proper label on with some sort of gold filigree writing. You can't quite make out what it is. Plonks it down on the table. 6 glasses for you all. Right, I want to watch this one. Go. Pours out the unstoppers it, cracks the wax, unstoppers it, and pours it all out.
So we're rolling Constitution
saving throws. That is correct.
Okay. Round 1.
7. I'm starting out strong.
Oh my God! 3, so a 6.
I got an 8.
9. I got a 19.
I got an 8. What?
Okay,
I got a 19.
I got an 8.
That's Malchus.
Harrison
then,
with the 13.
Yeah, that's Malchus. That's
Okay,
Malchus.
so as you all neck it back, you see Malchus, not used to this stuff, kind of spits out a little bit.
And I was actually hoping to fail this.
Okay.
As Malchus is not good with alcohol, she gets wasted immediately.
Oh.
And as a callback, ends up stripping off all her clothes and ends up naked.
Hey.
Well, that took a turn.
So as I knock it down, I sort of say to the party, "Sir, do you remember the first time we met here? And I remember you two were Malchus and Evelyn. You two were trying to buy drinks, and then Harrison was like, "Come over here, wenches. I've got plenty of money."
Awesome.
Do you
That was
remember that?
Oh, that was awesome.
Right, as you're reminiscing, Inkeep pours out another 6 glasses while Malchus is just sat there like... So, I would like Malchus to roll with disadvantage after that performance. Constitution saving throws.
Okay, here goes.
21.
26!
What?
22?
What?
That's a natural 20 from my side. Let's
Okay.
fucking go.
I thought I was gonna lose then. I thought I was gonna lose even though I rolled a 21.
With disadvantage, a 9.
A 9. So, Dill manages to neck this one. No. Evelyn failed that one. Yeah.
Correct me, Theo. That is
So,
right, me too, right?
because it's already got to you in a drinking game until someone ends up naked, absolutely. Because you're already in the moment, you just like, oh, cat, and just tip it down your neck. And this time it's Evelyn that gags on this one. While the rest of you just manage to like, it's okay. And Harrison's just like, yeah, whatever. It's quite nice, just sipping away.
I'm sorry, but I feel like Filma is gonna be, yeah, whatever, after rolling a nat 20 on it.
Yeah, but we're only caring about the losers right now, so Inkeep pours out another round. So make your Constitution saving throws. I should have done it one fail. Should have done it one. Yeah, it's still
Let's all roll
disadvantage
together.
still.
Let's
Malchus.
all roll together. You ready? 3,
Jesus.
2, 1. Roll!
It's too late. Everyone's already rolled.
22.
I got it.
I got a nat 20.
Stop shouting over everybody.
Yeah, I got a 24.
I got a 13 that time.
Loads.
Right, anyone get lower than 13?
Yeah, I did. I got 10.
Okay.
I'm out of this one.
Right. I think we'll do it. Anybody that... Right, from now on, anybody that has failed one is disadvantage on the next one. Okay?
Alright.
Because Malkuth's disadvantaged twice in a row now and nobody else has. So this time... Carlton is definitely feeling the effects as a non-drinker, even though a paladin, so can cure whatever, whenever. Immune to poison or some such
He's a
shite.
good sport.
I
Yeah.
have natural immunity to disease.
Disease. Oh, disease is different then. It's not
Yeah,
poison.
not poison.
Alcohol's poison. So somebody's got resistance to poison though, I think, Malkuth.
Ironically.
I could literally cast protection from poison
So-
on myself and just win without trying.
Just because she has resistance to poison doesn't mean she can't be weak to alcohol.
So Carlton is kind of starting to sway a bit and sort of gags on this one, and it takes a couple of goes to get this drink down, but you still manage. So, next roll as the innkeep pause another round. All of you that have failed so far, disadvantage.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh my god, I haven't lost.
12.
I got a 5. I got a 5.
I got a 12.
Okay.
Oh my God,
got
Harrison.
a 9.
I got 5. Evelyn lost
Right,
again.
this time,
And not 20 again.
Oh, God.
as you all neck it, Evelyn leans back, just so you can all hear me,
Yeah.
on her chair, tries to neck it and just tips straight over, landing flat on her back, drink all over her face. Evelyn is out. The innkeep picks her up, plonks her over somewhere else, so she's like...
Cough included.
Yeah, cough included. Right, next round. So...
Yes.
Malkuth
Dirty 20.
and Carlton with disadvantage.
Yeah. Oh, that's a 6
15.
again.
15.
21.
13.
Okay, Malkuth, you this time fail. You're just sat there on the floor, completely stackers. Not sure that anybody notices because I don't know how you would describe yourself while completely stackers.
Completely, utterly shit-faced.
Yeah. So this time you're trying to drink it, but you are swaying so much you're just like.
Think of the most historic village drunk and times it by 100.
And just pass out on the floor, arms spread, drink in your hand as it just spills everywhere. You didn't even manage to get it in your mouth. You're just comatose on the floor.
I can still play the piano even though I'm this comatose. Summon piano!
Okay, what time are we on? Jesus, look at the time. We're speeding this up now, so... Innkeep, pause another round. Rest of you. Alright. Disadvantage for Carlton. Can we do super disadvantage?
Oh, that's another dirty 20.
Oh
Ooh,
shit, a 7.
14.
Oh, I win
14.
that
So
one.
this time, Felmore is choking away. Just like, nope, can't do it. So you don't even manage to get this drink down, you just put it back on the desk. As the innkeep comes to pour another round, he's like, you've still got yours in there, I'm not pouring another, I'm not wasting this good stuff. Pours it out for the rest of you. So now you have disadvantage on your con save.
Is there a way to make it disadvantage?
Yeah,
No,
right
that's
click.
Right click.
Right click, okay.
Yeah. Same as
Ah, yeah,
rolling
okay.
with advantage, but
Yeah, I
picking
see
a different
okay.
one.
So click it to disadvantage.
Carlton needs to be refused and sent to bed. Yeah, absolutely. The rest of you, the effects are starting to get to you. Maybe not so much Harrison, but...
Well, it's Harrison.
Yeah. Okay, so... Let's go again.
Okay, here goes.
Alright.
Oh, another dirty 20.
What the hell?
Well, 24 with disadvantage, let's go!
Ow.
Carlton?
Ow.
I think I'm out because I got an 8.
No, you're not.
18 and a 19.
Oh, well.
Oh, you are. Sorry, you are.
Yeah,
I misread.
I
I
thought
am
so.
on it with these
I
dirty 20.
So this time,
got an great.
You just look at the drink and you just like, you pass. You step back. You privy, make your way to the toilet.
I'm done, guys. I'm done. I can't drink like you lot can. I'm out.
Pause another round. 3 of you left. Felmar, Harrison, Gio, roll. God's sake, not again.
And I have to roll with that disadvantage?
Yeah, disadvantage, please. Not a con save.
16.
That's a charisma, but you know. So I don't think you get +7, you get +3, so that is actually a 12. Because that was charisma that you rolled there. You are that drunk, you don't even know what saving throw you're doing.
Oh yeah, that's me.
So that's you out for Felmar this time. Go on, how do you...
Oh god, the pirate against the child.
So my charisma saving throw and my con are just 1 off, so it's 15 rather than...
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, I thought we were doing checks. Either way, it's the same.
Right, yeah, well, it doesn't matter. So it's 15. So what did you get?
I got a 21.
21. Harrison got 20 and you got 15 anyway, so yeah. How do you bow out then, Felmar?
Well, Felmar is he's gonna try to drink the drink. He gets it up to his lips, and then he just falls over and hits its head onto the table. And he's out.
Just like the second
just
it
collapsed
touches
on the
your
table.
lips, you just collapse.
When you said out there almost sounded German. And he's out!
Right.
He's out! He's out!
Okay. Roll a death saving. Kidding. Right. So Barman's like, oh, it's the 2 drinking buddies again. Hey.
It's the pirate against the
So go for it, you two. Go for it.
And to be fair, he's
God
a
damn it, I
researcher, not a
lost.
drinker.
What did you get?
That's a 6.
A 6. So you haven't lost yet? Oh,
Yeah.
that's a 15. Okay, so Harrison's just like, whatever. I'm used to drinking with sailors. What's all this about? And you're like,
I'm a child, help.
starting to spit it back up again. Roll again. Disadvantage.
Even with disadvantage, that's 13.
13.
Yep, you beat me.
Yes!
Now
Oh.
Harrison's starting to balk a bit on this one. I think for this last roll, we'll just go with straight roll. A straight roll off. Yeah, I mean, don't worry about disadvantage. Just 1 die. Roll.
Oh god.
And he's like, okay, whoever fails this loses. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
Roll first.
Roll your dice.
I'm watching you.
Don't throw up.
How?
Ooh.
Damn it, that's a 2.
So, Harrison.
Fuck you, dice.
Pack it in. Harrison, finally. You haven't won one yet, have you, Harrison?
No,
No.
he hasn't.
Finally shows his true sailor pirate spirit as he watches Gioa try and neck this drink. You're just there.
To be fair, right?
Slowly
this
sipping.
is the good stuff as well. So it
Upends
makes
the
sense that he
glass
wins.
on the table and just sits as he watches Gioa eyes roll backwards and he just slips down underneath the table like drool hanging out the corner of his mouth.
You know, we are a really bad influence on kids.
As Harrison shakily pushes himself up away and raises the glass
Fucking won that.
to the dragon. And the whole tavern, the rest of the people in the tavern just erupt and cheers. As the sun sets over the distant mountains, the camera pans out from the raucous noise of the inn as it pans over the town of Fandalin, moving softly and slowly over the Sword Coast Isle as we fade to black and close on the end of this introduction campaign to this crazy group of D&Ders.
And big thanks to the DM.
Yeah.
What, for making it too fucking easy for you?
Actually, a round of applause for Sparky for DMing this campaign.
Yeah.
Oh, the first time
Alright,
ever.
you didn't have to just do slow clap.
Good job. It wasn't a slow clap, it was genuine.
So glad.
You probably can't hear it from me because of Discord's noise settings.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
I
Alright,
am.
dude, stop.
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
That was a lot
yeah.
of fun, especially for my first campaign.
Now, I really have to knuckle down and concentrate on this homebrew, don't I?
So hang on. So are we gonna end it at that point then? Are we gonna do a little? I suppose we did our epilogues, didn't we?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, it entirely depends if you want to do another session of doing random shit, or just end it there. The end of the drinking bout.
Quite a nice place to end.
Yeah.
I
That
agree.
was just amazing.
That was a great ending.
Okay.
I like that out of context. Tommy, you never fail to amaze me.
Well, apart from when you forget to do it.
Yeah. Well, no. Sometimes you just don't have the means to do it. But this time, we've got the means to do it. We've got
That is just crazy.
Yeah, we've got the falling on the ice, we've got the flying Carlton, we've got the butchering the dragon, and we've got the finishing move. So yeah.
Oh, that was awesome.
Although, I can see the Skyrim. Yeah, now I see what that's. Yeah. So, well. I guess we know where everyone's going. So Carlton's accompanying Gioa as Gioa goes on his druidic journey and heads back to his village and his family. Harrison goes looking for more work.
And Fillmore buys a house in Fendalen and sets up the research facility.
Yes, and Malkuth goes to goes in search of other evil.
Before I go, I want to give the dragon's blood to, if he's doing research, I'll give the bottle of dragon's blood to Fillmore. And I will take off the necklace and give what's left of it to the fire starter.
You're really
it's got
Townie?
a necklace with 6 balls on it.
Oh dear.
Townie,
Yes.
have you seen who's just liked your tweet?
No.
Somebody with a check mark and 289,000 followers.
Wait, what?
What?
What again?
That was just...
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. Award-winning multimedia journalist. Cool.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
I like that. That's nice.
Which tweet? Which
Just
tweet?
the generic stream tweet.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Matthew Mercer, like.
Oh god, no.
To be honest, same.
No. Oh, he's only liked the pictures that I posted of Caleb and Trinket that I'd painted. He liked that tweet, and that I was like, yes, that was a small victory. But yeah. I think it's 5 past midnight for us. It's 1:05 for Wisely, and it's like God knows whatever time it is for Psychwave.
Oh, I'm not tired. I got up a few hours ago.
Yeah, no, I got up
During
14 hours
the drinking
ago.
game, I tossed some chicken in the oven for supper.
Nice. 14 hours ago, and I've got to get up in like 7 hours for work again tomorrow.
Yeah,
Imagine
and I have
needing to
work,
wake up
and I have to go to work in half an hour. So
Yeah, exactly. So you need to prepare for.
Yeah.
I need to on nights, on D&D nights, I never manage to sleep anyway because my brain buzzes all night. So we shall see what I like in the morning.
Do you know what we could do next week? I mean, I know you said you had the first bit of the homebrew ready, so if you want, we can do a week of just doing random crap, random stuff next week as Evelyn, Kiara, Carlton, Harrison, Malcolm, and Felmore, or we could have session 0. But I don't want.
While we decide this, I'm just gonna end the stream for the rest of the guys because we're now into discussion phase. But yeah, anyone still there? Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you hanging out with us. So yes, it's been good fun. We'll see you for the homebrew.
Bye.
And don't forget, if you missed anything, you can catch it on YouTube. Laters.
Bye bye.
I don't want.
You're all awesome.